And there we go. I think this is all right here right now. Pretty good. So let's stop that. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome aboard. You are going to watch a shortwave show, of course, tonight. Nice to have you here. So, hey, let's check that out. Just to see if I hear something here. 6321. I'm not hearing anything right now. So, anyways, hey everyone, welcome aboard. This is the Shortwave radio show. This is a show every week. We alternate from Saturdays and Fridays. So this week is a Saturday. The next show will be Friday, and so on. Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday. So like that, we have a show every week, which I think much better than what we had before, every 2 weeks. And of course, we will have all sorts of little things today. We're going to talk about a little bit of the one little item of news that's kind of interesting with Radio Kuwait. We will, of course, talk about, actually, it mostly will be answering viewer questions, and part of them are for digital modes. There's all sorts of interesting questions coming from our viewers, so I hope that you guys enjoy the show. And of course, we are live every week. My name is Gilles. I'm located in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and we'll tune the bands, and if anybody hears some unusual signal, just shout out. We'll tune it and see if we can hear. And of course, hope everybody has a lot of fun tonight. So basically, we are live now. So just putting the link here. Somebody's asking for that. And where are we live? Okay. So welcome aboard, everybody. And we're going to say hi to everyone. Desmond Green, John Ritson, Bobby Burgess, Brett Wayne, Mick Eich, Mad Boy, Bullfrog 89, Simon Smith, Sean Fahey, A. Griffin, Ralph Bender, Stephen Gibson with Pirate East Coast USA Pirate 6321. Apparently nothing here. Al Etchison, hello there. Nice to have you here. TOT watching on his 60-inch TV. Adrien, F4 GVE, bonjour, hello. Alexander Hagen, hello there. Richard Cook, Jerry, nice to have you here. Jeff, K85QDO, really cool to see everybody here. Really fun to watch all of these fine people there on the IRC chat. Grandly, hello there. Happy Easter and happy Passover, happy spring, whatever you are celebrating. This is Easter weekend. I haven't had my chocolate yet. I'll probably get something tomorrow. So hey everyone. Sorry. I was about to sneeze. So hey everyone, welcome aboard. Hope everybody's here. Grandly, hello there. PLF from France. SG1 East Nebraska. 76 Fahrenheit, cloudy, rainy. Triangulus, nice to have you here. Blog Boy Shortwave, nice to have you here. So it's pretty cool to have everyone on board, as we will talk about shortwave radio today and have a lot of fun with that. Like I said, mostly viewer questions, some tuning to bands. We'll all mix that in, see what we can hear. Nice to have everyone here. Brad Lowe, welcome aboard. Thank you. Bless you. David Arden, hello there. Nice to have you here. Simon Smith. The Vaults, hello there. And it's possible that let me just move it around here, because sometimes it's like very weird. And also maybe my voice is a little weaker. So we'll see if it gets better or not. So I think it's touching my, okay, here it goes. I think this should be better. So anyways, hey everyone, welcome aboard. And nice to have you here. Of course, you have the time right here. So if you want to know if you're live, of course, you can have the time and the date. This is UTC time. It's perfectly synchronized with WWV. I always check it out just before the live show so you can see what delay we have. And of course, we will just have fun talking about radio tonight. For those that are asking, Don de Dieu, gift from God. So this is the beer that I'm having tonight, 9% beer. Very, very good. This one is kind of a little fruity. Very, very, very nice beer, and it doesn't at all taste like a strong beer. It's much, much more delicate in its taste than, say, Fin du Monde, which is much, much harsher. You gotta like something that has a little more, zingy taste on it. So, nice to have you here. Jerry says a new R8600 is winning my Easter basket, I hope. Nice to have everyone here. And what else do we have here? So 10 seconds delay in East Nebraska, 11 seconds delay in France. Pretty cool. Not too bad. Not too bad. And we are broadcasting, hopefully, with the best quality possible. 15 seconds delay in the UK. And John Ritson is on the wine. We'll also have some Abbey Ales cooling down. That's pretty cool. Nice to have you here. So, oh yeah, with 9%, one of those is enough. It's like, I don't have two, I can tell you that. So, well, it's had only Easter snow today. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Here it's about, temperature outside is about 70, 21 Celsius in Montreal right now. So it's kind of a nice day. I was this close of doing the show from my outside balcony. But there's maybe some rain coming. So I thought, well, if it starts raining in the middle of the show is not a good idea. So we'll do it and another time, but about 70, which is very, very nice. Hey, Fast Load. Nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Yep, 9%, Mick. 9%. He's on 3.7% Marston's. Did you shoot a video of the R8600? Yes, I did. It looks interesting, but I need to view more stuff. But looks kind of interesting. It's going to be nice to see more videos and more information coming out of the R8600. So Fast Load, Casper Peterson, nice to have you here. Kenneth Cripps, W7ITC in Cheyenne, Wyoming, cool. And we will be checking out everybody. Cosmic Lettuce, greetings from Southeast Arizona. All your beautiful RF people. And Adrien says that in tune HF today, but got APRS from the International Space Station on 145.825 and AO85, Amateur Oscar 85 on 145.980. That's cool. I need to do some satellite listening in the next few weeks. It's been a little while, and I like doing some satellite listening from time to time. Jeffrey Hunt, hello there from Portland, Oregon. Nice to have you here, and pretty cool. So yes, I will absolutely. I'll do two types of live shows from outside coming in the beautiful summer days. I'll do probably a couple from the nearby park here, which is nice, and I mean it's going to be cool just to basically have a little bit of they're not going to be as long because I don't have a means to power my laptop for very long. So, but we'll try to do our best to do at least an hour and a half live from the park there. I will try to do one also from Perry Island. I wanted to do that last year, didn't get to it because I have to bring all the equipment there. But this year I have to do one for Perry Island live. And of course, beautiful days like this kind of start making me think of, let's go to Perry Island and do some listening, and especially, with my CountyCom GP5, I think that's going to be a very, very nice one to bring to Perry Island and, check out with low noise what we can receive. I think this is going to be real cool. Big news this week. Big news this week. Yes, I will right away. For those that want to give me a donation, as Carl Sanson wants to do a little donation. And, it's helping me a lot, guys. So please consider. And I'm trying to reach out to everybody. If you have not given already, it helps me so much, radio and computer. So here goes. This is the two places you can actually send me donations at the Yahoo email, and also on patreon.com/radio and computers. You can basically become my boss. You're gonna become my patron and give me a little something. Thank you very much for those that are donating. Really helps a lot. And so thank you very much, Carl Sanson. Nice to have you on board. And the reason the pirate flag isn't here is because I'm actually in the process of actually cleaning out all of this. Probably this week. I've been reworking. I'm going to really kind of clean up, and I want to, remove that mess that I got here. And I will reinstall a little kind of a world map and a pirate flag will be back. It's right here, waiting to get back on the wall. So in the next few shows, you will see it coming back here. But I need to do this, and I need to paint, which is a amazingly atrocious thing to do, painting the walls of this office. There's so much things here that it's discouraging to do so. So I want to paint and then put the things back on the wall, clean up everything. As you paint, it's time to really, go around and just throw away what's, not useful. Make some space for some stuff, and with all the years that this office has been my office, it is extremely, you get all sorts of junk from the years of that, being here. And at some point you look at everything and you're like, okay, I don't use half of what's in here. So it's time to, throw away some stuff and do really, it's going to be really time to throw away some stuff. I can tell you that. So that's why everything is down right now, because I'm in the process of painting in the next few weeks. So we'll have everything back. Triangulus says, what was the name of the radio that you might bring to the island? The Countycom GP5 SSB. It's the same as the Texan PL365, for those that have the Texan brand. Cute, nice little receiver. And I will really want to take a look at it at Perry Island with, low noise and wire antenna on that for sure. So it's really, really nice. PLF says, great, thanks to the world map, we will see easily from where signals come from. Yeah, that is something. So I'm, there's going to be like the pirate flag, and I don't know how exactly I want to do it, but there will be a pirate flag and there will be a world map somehow positioned here. So we'll have all of that for sure. And happy Easters, everybody. And let's go Montreal Canadiens. We're pretty much in that hype here in Montreal with the Montreal Canadiens starting the series. So I'm going to tell you, this is going to be, this is a little interesting and exciting times. So I don't think I have radios to throw away though, fast load. So anyways, the big news this week, just to continue, Radio Kuwait back on shortwave. They were off for a few years, and now they are back on shortwave. They are on 15540, same frequency they were back a few years ago. It's 18 to 2100 hours UTC. 3 hours. Now it's a little early, and because of the solar flux that's not very high. So we tend to get the first half hour, 1 hour here on the East Coast before it kind of fades away. But as we'll get closer to the summer solstice, we will have the full 3 hours come through probably. And let's hope that the solar flux goes up a little bit just to give us a little more propagation on that signal. So 15540, 18 to 2100 hours universal time. It's really nice because, I mean, with all the signals that are, going away from the shortwave bands, it's kind of nice to see one that comes back. And so here's the mascot, DX the cat, saying hi. Let's just put the camera down a little bit so you guys can see DX a little bit. So hey DX, how are you? So nice to have everybody here. DX was sleeping in the chair next to the camera. So anyways, Radio Kuwait, it's really, really cool to have them back on shortwave, I can tell you that. And I think it's something welcome, especially in these days of shortwave signals that are rather, going away rather than coming back. And we don't really have many stations that come back. We're still talking of Radio Australia. It's very complex. And from what I see, Radio Australia will not come back. I don't think so, personally. But who knows? Let's cross our fingers. Maybe somebody somewhere will be able to do that. I would really, really love. So Radio Kuwait, really, really nice. Really, really nice. We don't know. We actually don't know why they're back or not. My take on it is maybe there was some kind of problem with the transmitter, and they finally got parts to fix it, and they just switch it back on or something. But the Kuwait transmitter sites are all working because they are used for relays. So I don't know if there's many more transmissions from Kuwait in Arabic, but yes, it's nice to see them back in English, 18 to 21. I checked for them today. They weren't really strong at 1800 hours UT, but in about a month, it should be better. So for sure. Carl Sanson says just purchased a router RDR 55 shortwave radio. Got word that the 8600 will be released and the FCC cleared first or second week of May. So you guys in the US will get that. Okay, pretty cool. Bobby says if you are able to get one station from one spot in the same area but not from another, is that skip propagation or what is happening? Well, you gotta remember one thing, that the different frequencies used are not propagating, the same. So usually, for example, if you'd have, say you'd have a Saudi Arabia station, which is right next to Kuwait, and you'd have Radio Kuwait, both in the 19 meter band, 15 something, probably they would surely fade away at pretty much the same time. It's the way the propagation. We got to remember that 15540 is a high frequency on the HF bands, and that at 1800 hours universal time, Kuwait is pretty much in the darkness, and as time goes by, the darkness moves ahead. So 15540 in these times of low solar activity, in the dark of the night is not propagating very well. So that's the thing. If the same station would be, say you'd have two Kuwait frequencies, one on the 19 meter band, say the 15540, and they'd also broadcast, say, on 11800, you would probably hear the 11800 throughout most of that time period. In fact, Kuwait would have been better off probably in a little lower frequency, especially with the low solar flux right now. So since the solar activity is not very high, Radio Kuwait probably would have been better in 11 megahertz or 13 megahertz. instead of 15540, which is a high frequency. And at in the that time period, when the transmission ends at 21 UT, pretty much all of Europe now is in darkness and up to Kuwait. So more than half of the path from the signal in 19 meter band is in darkness. It doesn't help, especially with the low solar flux. So, as we'll get closer to June and the summer solstice, we'll see that it actually comes in better, for sure. So nice to have everybody here. What else do we have? Yes, DX is getting bigger. I have to do something to have him, lose weight. So they're fighting in court and everything for Radio Australia. I really wish and I really hope Radio Australia will come back. But man, it's that's going to be a hard one to do. Jan Niklas Lorenz, hello there from Germany, and I found this show a few seconds ago on YouTube. 25 seconds delay here. Cool show. Thank you very much. Nice to have you on board for your first time. And we're here every week, alternating Fridays and Saturdays. So if you guys want to tune in, it's always 2000 hours Universal Time. So next show will be, of course, Friday. Next Friday, just to talk about that show, we probably will be having a show from the couch, possibly with my nephew. So look for that. Probably a show from the couch with 2 portable receivers and just tuning around the bands like we did last time from the couch with my nephew. So he enjoyed that a lot, and he's going to check his schedule. If he can make it, he'll be here. If he's not there, I'll still probably do it from the couch for sure. So pretty nice. What else do we have here? Richard Cook says Radio Oleg on 6965 upper sideband right now. Also, somebody mentioned that there was a US Pirate on 6321. Tonight being, we're in the Easter holiday weekend. There really should be lots of pirates this weekend. So, yesterday, tonight, and tomorrow night, Sunday, Easter Sunday, we will surely have some pirate activity, and we'll be checking that out regularly here. See if we can hear some pirates on the ICOM here. So really nice. It feels weird tuning the ICOM because I'm so used to tuning the Ephedry SDR in my living room instead that it's kind of bizarre. So I'm just going to let DX the cat out because he wants to get out of the room, and I close the window. So here we go. So DX the cat is now out of the room. And because there's some noise in the next room, and so I don't want to actually have too much noise here. So anyways, we're going to check it out for the pirate activity a little bit. What else do we have? Sean Fahey says, what price do you think the new ICOM ICR30 will be? You can pre-order it here for a deposit of £50, but nothing on the full price yet. I think that receiver will be at least $600 or $700 US. I wouldn't be surprised somewhere there. It's the R20, which is his older cousin, is at the end was like $500, almost $600 US. So I expect it to be at least this price, if not more, for sure, because. Newer technology, it does, I believe it does more, so I don't know. Glenn Axelrod, hello there, welcome. It's a beautiful cat, I can tell you that. I love my cat also. Bobby says, got 12160 from a nearby machine stop, but not at my house. Yeah, if it was close, it's probably just propagation. And maybe it's just that 12160 was coming in not as strong as usual, so you got it where it was maybe there were less noise and in your home maybe there's more noise, so it's more difficult to receive these stations. R2DPO, hello there. Nice to have you on board. Jay Adams says, anyone received the North Korean numbers reported on the Yonhap News yesterday? So not here. I haven't heard North Korea in a long time. I haven't heard radio, the voice of Korea, in quite a long time. So can tell you that. What else do we have here? PLF says, great news from the couch, Shortwave live show. And so that's going to be fun. Thanks for sharing the Radio Kuwait back on the air from the shortwavelistening.com website. There's a blog post for Radio Kuwait back on the air. And really, really nice to have them here. What's cool with Radio Kuwait, I always consider Radio Kuwait part of the summer listening time. Because, in the wintertime, 15540, it doesn't make it to North America. But in the summertime, it's like, and they have lots of pop music, U.S. pop music of all sorts. And it's kind of interesting listening, from time to time. SG2 East Nebraska says the Ted Randall QSO show on 9930 right now. Let's check that out. 9930. I like the QSO radio show. It is not making it here. So I'm not hearing at all here, but in Nebraska seems to be coming in. I like the Ted Randall QSO radio show. It's kind of interesting. Very, very nice. Triangular says, do you have any helpful hints, tricks, or cautionary tales for the Texan PL680? Well, one of the things of the Texan PL680 is one of what I've seen so many reports now that one of the main problems I see with the PL680 is that the tuning button actually jams because the encoder that you turn seems to kind of jam in its own. It's, I don't know, they've used something that's like becomes almost cement at some point. And so that seems to be the big problem with the PL680. Half of them have a frequency that is off by about a kilohertz and a half. Some are okay. So it seems that there's kind of maybe a little flaky quality control on it. But apart from that, it works well. I like mine, and the sync detection is amazing. I mean, it's just so cool. It's one of the best. It's the best sync detection that I've seen in any receiver. So it's really cool for that. But it's to a point where I'm almost not sure that I want to necessarily say to people to get it or buy it, basically, because of those problems. And it seems to be better if you go into the the PL660, which seems to be better for several reasons, or the PL880, which is a little more expensive but a little higher end receiver, basically. Jerry says R30 for sure 6700. That's pretty much where I put it also, I would say, pretty much. Jerry says nothing on 6965 over there. I'll check. I don't think we'll hear anything, but let's just check quickly for a pirate station. Anything in the pirate activity here? Nothing really in the pirate band, and if I look at really nothing much heard right now. So, but it's a little early here, huh? The sun is setting now. It's like 3 hours away, so we're kind of almost midday. So, really nice. Yeah, for sure, Vaults, you can get a really nice SDR at that price. It all depends what you want to, to get. Some people are more into the portable stuff, but it is a lot of money for a radio. Brandy Endel03, hello there. Nice to have you here. Pretty cool. 1990 Sunbird, hello there. Simon Smith, hello. Nice to have you on board. And Stephen Gibson says, great signal from Radio Carolina, 1368 AM in Scotland. Really nice. Really nice. Yeah, the lubricant becomes like some kind of, like Fastload says, on the PL680, the lubricant becomes almost like a cement. And I wonder if it's not the heat, because there's one thing that happened. Anything that happened, basically, is that it was in the sunshine. And it was not a super warm day, but, it's a black radio, so a black in the sunlight, it became quite hot on the surface. And I wonder if the heat didn't have or make that reaction go ahead of that lubricant that solidified for some reason because of heat, or I don't know. I'm wondering if it's not that, because it jammed in one block. I mean, it was tuning well, very, very good. Then suddenly, paf! It's like if you just put cement there instantly. It was very, very surprising. So it was really, really. I don't know what you use there and that encoder, but man. Any plans to get SDR to cover UHF VHF? Could do a tutorial. Yeah, well, I have the one I got here that does that right now is I've got one small RTL SDR. I've got a Soft 66 that also does VHF UHF also. So maybe I could do some videos with that, but I will try. I will try. Carl Sanson says, "Hi Jill, how is it having a YouTube channel? What do you mean by how is it having? What question exactly do you have, or do you mean by that, Carl Sanson? I mean, you just open a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel? Somebody was actually was more of a troll than anything else, but somebody came on a live show that I do on the Windows side, and started posting, "Hey, subscribe to me, subscribe to me, subscribe to me." And you know what? First of all, I like to subscribe to some channel. On the Windows channel, I don't subscribe really much. On this channel, I like to subscribe to other radio channels. The thing is, if you ask me, "Oh, I'll give you a subscribe for a subscribe," I don't do that. Don't annoy me with subscribe to me, please, and I'll subscribe to you. It's just annoying. And I've never went on anybody else's channel to ask them to subscribe to me. I've never done that, and I don't need to do that. I'm at 30,000 subs on the Windows channel. I'm at close to 10,000 here. I don't need to annoy people to get me here. But it's fun to have something that's kind of popular to some point. I'm far from being a PewDiePie of the internet, but it's kind of cool. But it takes time to really just build a channel and have something working. For sure, you have to devote your time. You have to make good videos, and you have to just wait. And so. Coming, that's pretty much it. So I would say. Adrien in F4 GBE says he's hearing the Italian Coast Guard on 2719 USB. Bobby says, who likes WTWW shows on Saturday on 930? WTWW is a little bit like WBCQ. There's some interesting stuff there, and I actually like that. I like the QSO radio show's fun. It resembles a little bit my live shows like this. A lot of let's talk and go ahead, and when there's nothing else to say, let's wrap it off. Wrap it up basically. Thoughts as for the ALA loop, I'm taking part of the donations that I get to and putting it aside for that. So, at some point this year we should have one, as my finances will let me go through. So, some of you have donated and said, "Oh, I want that money to go to the Walbrook." So everybody then said that I take that amount and I set it aside just for that, and so it's going there. So I'm slowly going there, as like I said, and someday I'll have one and we'll be able to try the lower noise Wellbrook. Hopefully, maybe it's gonna help me come back more into the interest of right now I have so much noise that I'm a little pissed off, at shortwave listening, unless I go to unless I go to some DX location like Perry Island. So Mick says he plumped for new PL880. I acknowledge the flaws, but for a newbie like me, it's a good starter and was a bargain. So really nice. 53rd birthday of Radio Caroline. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, Danny Shortwave Radio DX. Hello there. Greetings from Yonkers, New York. Nice to have you on board, as usual. Randall Kluntz. Hello there from Chicagoland. Nice to have you here. Pack 41505. Hello there. Nice to have you here. F.O. Welsh. Hello there from Ottawa. Pretty cool. Yeah, of course we do remember the Happy Station from Radio Netherlands. Actually, they had a special transmission that was not making it here. I did not hear it 15560 this morning to North America, and there were a few European frequencies. But I can tell you, it's kind of interesting to see that there was a kind of a foreign moment, or kind of a reunion of Radio Netherlands on the air. I did try this morning around 1400. It was, I believe, from 12 to 15, something like that. I tried at 1330, 1400, 15560. Nothing here. Nothing, or maybe a little carrier in the background of the noise, but nothing much. Yeah, but that's one thing that I want to do, Carl Sanson. Eventually would like to have some kind of show like this going on the shortwave bands also. So could be pretty interesting. Grand Lee is receiving the show on 9930 in coastal Connecticut, USA. Very strong signal. Pretty cool. It could be skipping over me on 9930 right now, for sure. Bobby says, I would do a YouTube radio channel, but I got some idiots from a chat room on Paltalk who lies quite a lot, will troll on me. You have control over a lot of things, Bobby, on YouTube channels. If you just look at it every day, you can clean out the crap. And that's pretty much what I do. And what I do also, Bobby, is I filter out, on the shortwave and on the Windows channel, and especially on the Windows channel, that one has so many trolls. I simply put the comments section that has to be approved by me before the comments go through. And you can, of course, approve certain people that they are okay. So like that, you have a control over what's happening. And if you don't want one, you can actually just shut down the comments section on YouTube, and nobody can leave a comment there. Trolls. There's always going to be trolls. I got trolls everywhere, and I just deal with it like that. Just like by controlling, what goes on your comments section, at least you have a control over it. So really nice. David Arden says it was fun to do an internet search on Caroline. Fascinating station. Have recordings from the late 70s when I lived in England, and eastern part of England. And Caroline comes in well. Pretty cool. Hey, Nick Amendol from Romania. Nice to have you here. Always pretty cool to have everybody here. F4GV Adrien says receiving Shannon Vomit 5505. That one's a little early for me. 8957. Let's try 8957 upper sideband. Not receiving that one. And let's try the UK's Royal Air Force Vomit. Nothing received also on 11253. And as for, let's put it on 11175, we'll hear the emergency action message from the U.S. Air Force when they go through. So, what else do we have? Yes, I was, when we had one of the, our pirate weekend show, and we had two pirates that were actually rebroadcasting my audio. That was kind of cool. That was kind of really cool. 105th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic today. Wow. Yeah, it's true. It was on April 14, 15, something like that. Yeah, on the night of the April 14 to 15. 105 years. Long. Amazing. Amazing. There's still a lot of debate of the frequency used by the Titanic at the time. Kind of, some mixed bag information about that. But one of the first, CQD, which is now SOS today, but back then it was CQD for CQ distress call, and was it was basically pretty much the first use of a distress call by radio back then. For sure. Still sad when you think about it. RadioNet 63, nice to have you here. Yeah, well, I hope I'll have a great show also. Pretty nice. Something was weird here. Okay, there was something that was making the sound go away from time to time. So, pretty cool. Offshore radio is big for sure, because these stations, by being offshore, were out of the regulations of the different countries. They were almost impossible to catch and to remove on the airwaves. If you're smack in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean on a boat and you decide that you're transmitting a program, you're in international waters. There's of course, international regulations, but basically, who will do anything about that? It's kind of difficult. I didn't read that, Jerry. The article of the guy in Illinois that heard the SOS Titanic in the all-mean shortwave radio. I believe it was more on a back then the CQD signal was sent around 500 kilohertz, and the long wave / medium wave band, I believe, that's where it was mostly happening. Brett Wayne says 9930 S8 in Western New York. Pretty cool. So not making it to Montreal. Very, very interesting. Western New York is not that far, But so I'll tune it again just to see 9930. There's a slight carrier in the background, but nothing really. Very, very weak. Mr. Roman, hello there. Nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And yeah, they're announcing even thunderstorms, so there could be some static crashes. We had some our first almost, we can say almost our first thunderstorms of the season on Monday. Last Monday was 26 degrees or something. We hit almost 80 Fahrenheit on Monday, and then the next day it was 40 Fahrenheit or around 7 degrees or 8 degrees Celsius. We had our first thunderstorms of the season, I can tell you that. Adrien says the London Royal Air Force Vomit 5450. That one is always very strong in the evening here. And by the way, talking of signals, very strong signals, I've had my first log of the buzzer, UEB 76, the Russian buzzer on 4625 this week with my Ephedry SDR. And I posted the video, so pretty cool. Walt says, speaking of various radio channels, everyone posts just recordings of reception. What I feel is often missing voice comments, opinions, explanations of what they are actually receiving. Yeah, I try to do a mix, that's why I do the, I haven't done one in a long time, but, I'd like to do these, let's tune some frequency ranges, and I'll comment on what's on band. That's why I like that type of, instead of just posting, I like posting videos of my reception because of the fact that, hey, I'm hearing that. But that is true, Volts. It's kind of fun. Sometimes when I tune around some different signals, I like to, add the comments of, okay, well, this is that station, that's that station, and so on. It's kind of more interesting for sure. So basically, Steve Quilter, hello there. Nice to have you here, and Steve M3CSP in the UK. Deo Gracias Lopez, what shortwave receiver do you recommend me? If you're talking, I don't know, depends on what's your budget. That's the number one question. Low budget, Texan PL 380 for about $40, $50 is an amazing little radio. A little more expensive, go into the, the Texan receivers, like the Texan PL 660 is pretty good. Unfortunately, it's hard to get now, but the Degen D 1103 was an amazing one. Receivers like that, there's still around the Sony ICF 7600, which is not bad. It's a little more expensive though. Depends on how much money you got, but for a low amount of money, around $40, the Texan PL 380 is amazing. What channel does a Cuban spy lady come on? Shortwave. I think she comes around 2200. Well, there's a revolving schedule around that, but let me just check it out here. I'm gonna let's check out the next broadcast of the Cuban spy number station. So let's check it out. Cuban. Okay. We have at. Okay. I'm just checking out here the frequencies. So, and by the way, I was thanks for a few of you have mentioned me. That I was mentioned through the World of Radio, Glenn Hauser's World of Radio last week, and he had a lot of fun with me mentioning that I've heard I was hearing Radio Havana, Cuba on 10715, which is usually the Cuban spy number station. So I think Glenn Hauser had a good kick out of that, and I had a good kick out of it also because. It's I don't know, for some reason it's just funny. So they at least share the same transmitter site, I can tell you that. So 2154, 2250. Today is day what? Day 1357. I've never checked what one is. Is it a Monday? If it's a Monday, then it's not today. We would be at number 6. So days 1357, it's on 10715, and on, let's check it out here, the other frequency to use, there's also in the same time period 2254, 2350, and 11530. 11,635, I believe, is 1357 again. And 11,635 is 246. So I would guess if 6 is Saturday, I would guess that 11,635 at 2158 will be the Cuban numbers. I would guess. One of the great people in the chat room that could tell us when's the next broadcast of the Cuban numbers is Richard Cook, that loves to talk about it. Okay. Yeah, if you get a little more money, if you want to have a desktop or tabletop, of course you can get an old Yaesu or FRG7. You know, old desktop receivers. For about $200, you'll get an FRG7 tabletop easily. So the Brady Handle 03 buzzer is on 4625 upper sideband. It's not in the ham band. It's in the 60-meter tropical band, if you want, for international broadcast. 4625. The 60-meter ham band is on the 5 megahertz. There are a few channels on the 5 megahertz. So no, Jerry, 600 kilohertz, not 600 megahertz. So yeah, it was sent around 500 or 600 kilohertz. Jerry. Hey, EuroDX, nice to have you here. Good evening. Really nice to have you here. Rich Hill, hello there. Watches a cool slideshow, shortwave listening audio clips. Yeah, there's also one or two interesting videos of international, interval signals from different shortwave stations. So, what else do we have? Let's check it out. TOT, hello there, welcome. And Paulina, nice to have you here on a 60-inch TV. I'm not sure I like that, but man. Richard Tribble, hello there, nice to have you here. Pretty cool. He's been watching Korean Central Television, the propaganda. Oh man, it's like the Voice of Korea. Listening to the Voice of Korea is amazing. Jan Nicholas Lawrence says UVB 76 buzzer 4625 upper sideband is very strong tonight in Germany. So it's coming in quite well. Where's the cat? The cat was here a little earlier, but now he wanted to go out, so I opened the door. So we're going to start our hurricane season. Yeah, well, technically it's, I believe, the 1st of June, isn't it? 1st of June that they start, technically. But, of course, there could be some earlier ones. Or 1st of May, or 1st of June. Isn't it from like June 1st to December 1st, something like that? The official hurricane season. I think. Yeah, 600 kilohertz is better, Jerry. Yeah, Priam is a great website, by the way, that Vaults is sharing, which is very, very, very nice to get. So today's Saturday in UTC time at 2100. It should be on 16180. So 2100 is in 5 minutes. So let's tune in 16.18 and we'll see. Yep, there is a carrier. It's not very strong, but there's already a carrier on 16180 if you want to hear the Cuban spy numbers. Thanks for sharing, Vaults. Really nice to have everybody here. What else do we have here? So hey, Richard. PLF says the Eton satellite also. there are a few of the older receivers. You can get a like on the portable side. Anybody that can get a Grenadic G5 or used Grenadic G5 that works well, I can tell you, it's really, really amazing. Shortwave guy, hey, I think the newer Texans run neck and neck with the Sony 2010 and similar. They are quite amazing. I gotta say, in sensitivity and everything, they are quite amazing. But not to overlook. Older, good quality receivers or tabletop receivers can be very, very interesting to get for a low price. Also, not just the new stuff. KY5G, what frequency for someone in North Louisiana? What do you want to listen to, KY5? PLF, yeah, there's a number-stations.com also. Preamp's nice because it has a revolving schedule that is like, it continues all the time. So it's pretty good for that also. But, yep, number stations. Also for logs and information, the Numbers and Oddities website, where they have this bulletin that they have every month. So pretty sure. What else do we have here? Have you got a new camera? Nope. Still the same old Logitech C920. If you're wondering if because of the change, I have more lighting today. I've got a panel of LED LEDs on my left side. I've got a 200 LED spotlight that side also, plus the lighting in the room, and I've tweaked on the sliders of the lighting. So maybe the change is mostly for that. Tio says, tell Yagel that she misses your pirate flag. What happened to it? Yeah, that's what I was saying at the beginning. It's because I'm going to paint the room. So I'm taking everything down, and it's painting this room. My office is a very discouraging thing to do. So it'll be back soon. There we go. So you just had a few numbers. I don't know if they're having problems, but I'm not hearing. I heard just a few numbers, and now there's nothing else. It'd be fun to hear Radio Vanacuba like the other day. That would have been nice. So she just had a few numbers. So 16180, the Cuban number station. Right in there, HM01. Mr. Roman, have you scanned for any signals from Korea? Yeah, well, North Korea, look, you know what? The signals that you can get from Korea, KBS World Radio 15575, has not been making it really well here in the east coast of North America in the mornings. I've been trying it out. I'll try it out tomorrow also. I haven't heard Voice of Korea from North Korea in quite a long time, and they used to come in quite well here. So I would guess they are not pushing a lot of power in the transmitters like they used to. I guess they don't have money to pay for the gas, for the generators and stuff. So what else do we have? I never get it, Jerry. 14101.1 USB. Really ain't never receiving anything. So what else do we have here? Hey, KWell66, nice to have you on board, by the way, from Wales, UK. What else do we have here? There's a lot of for the SDR receiver. You know what? The Afedri is amazing. It's about 200, 250, and it's a great SDR for HF. So that's the Cuban number station, 16180 right now, giving out the numbers. If I continue doing this, the Cuban spies will look at my stream instead of listening to the radio for their numbers. So, but you can get, you can get a Kiwi SDR, or a Fedri. A Fedri is very, very good. It's one of the best. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. So, what is the Cuban number? 16180. 16180. Yes, when I have time, Cesar Coelho, I will do R20 edges when I have time. Time is something that I don't have much. So, really. What else do we have here? The buzzer, you can get it with even a portable receiver if you don't have a lot of noise. It's really a question, Brandy Endel, to get just a decent receiver. I can tell you that. Europe DX says every single YouTuber that creates shortwave radio videos should group together with their radios and discuss certain topics, and that's a good way to make friends as well. Yeah, for sure. It's why I do this. Basically, trying to bring together as many shortwave radio lovers as we can together. Like I always say, it's a solitary hobby. Kind of cool when you can do something to bring everyone together, and listening to the radio and talk about radio. Shortwave guy says a few weeks ago I actually caught the Cuban number station in my BST1 in my car. Wow, cool. PLF says I talked about the Eaton satellite portable that Oxford Shortwave Log has lots of videos about. Yeah, these are nice. They are all the Eaton satellite portables and stuff, except the latest one. There's a new one that is interesting. But these are usually good receivers also, for the most part. That's true. Not to overlook these radios. Yep, Cuban lady on now on 16180. So J Adam, hello there. Numbers continue on 16180. Yep. And well, yeah, the Conet project is really, really nice also. There's a lot of recordings. There's a lot of stuff there. So pretty cool. Simon Templar, nice to have you here from Portland, Oregon. Keep doing what you're doing. Great stuff. Thank you very much. And there's a lot of people here. Pretty cool to see everybody here. Really, really nice. Okay, what else do we have here? The Richard Tribble says latest SDR Play RSP Pro 2, about 300 Canadian. And the Ephedri is pretty amazing, I gotta say. Can tell you that. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. TOT says loves HF Aeronautical. I often listen to HF Aeronautical stuff. It is interesting. So, pretty cool. Jeffrey Hunt, hello there. Long shot question, but does anyone here create experimental music using shortwave recordings? And that's kind of interesting. The only shortwave related song that I know that that you can hear a actual shortwave radio teletype from the station CFH in Halifax is Planet Clear from the B-52s. And at the beginning, you hear some weird shortwave noises, and there's a Morse code ID of CFH, which is Canadian Forces Halifax Station. And I always got a kick out of that, an actual song from a well-known group that actually has some shortwave sounds in them. Probably meaning that somebody in there was listening to shortwave back then. So, I've been listening to Captain Dave on 3843. This guy is a riot. Yeah, I've heard a lot of his stuff, Jerry. Yeah, maybe I should. That could be cool. Richard Cook's hearing a CHU on 7850. For those that are asking, CHU Canada time signal on 3330. Still off the air in Ottawa, or just south. I believe it's southwest of Ottawa. So nice to have everybody here. Yep, this show is pretty much that. Like David Arden says, it's our weekly shortwave convention, and it's kind of nice. And I'm waiting for an email from CIDX, Sheldon Harvey's president of CIDX, to get on his radio show on Sunday mornings, the International Radio Report. He wants me to be there on a Sunday, in a Sunday morning soon, so I'll let everybody know when that happens, because he wants to, finds the aspect that I use of these live shows on YouTube very interesting, and wants to talk about it on the show. And it's kind of nice to do this also. It's a great way to bring everybody together. Brett Wayne 6604 is S0, but I can hear it in Western New York, KC2NXP. Let's try it out. 6604 upper sideband. Yep, it's here too. It's actually the only frequency I'm hearing. $6604. It's the only frequency I'm hearing actually the vomit. That's nice. K3DY, salut Antoine. Bonjour from Naples, Florida. Brought an SDR with me on this trip and been FMDXing with indoor dipole from his hotel room. 73, nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Fastload says the Cuban lady is not very strong. Richard Tribble says S9 for Cuban lady here in AM mode. Yeah, AM mode. Radio Slovakia 11580. Let's check it out via WRMI. Yeah. So this is Radio Slovakia via WRMI coming in on 11580.
Complementary technology which is being developed, and car has access to a map of its environment, and it can determine its exact location on the road even without any road mapping. And this includes the...
I love 11580 WRMI has some great broadcasts there. World of Radio on the weekends. There's Radio Slovakia, Radio Ukraine, Radio Prague. There's Keith Perron's show. There's a lot of interesting stuff to listen to. AWR, Wavescan. It's one of those frequencies I like tuning regularly. So, in the between times when there's no brothers there. Shortwave guy says, gotta say, the combination of my PL880 and PL660 and either a long wire or Sony AN LP1 makes for a pleasure time listening to shortwave. Pretty cool. Richard in Atlanta, Georgia, welcome aboard. I just saw you come in the chat. Richard Tribble S9 for Cuban lady. What else we have? Simon has been listening to activity on 11175 USB, but his ICOM I see 7200. 11175 is the frequency for the U.S. Air Force with lots of EAM, emergency action message. Jeffrey says, I'll post a link in the future when I have something of my own to share with music and shortwave recordings. Cool. Theo, Gilles, is that AM radio you're building beside the monitor? If you're talking about this is already a built one. It's a AM radio, an L & Co. AM radio. It's like $15 on Amazon. You can build yourself, and works great. It's amazing. Now I don't have a 9-volt battery to pop in. I usually do, but I added to the steel I had to steal the 9-volt battery for my multimeter, but I'll check out. But yeah, these are little kits, and they're really nice, for kids, because if you have kids that you want them to learn electronics, not only do you build your AM radio, but it is very well explained on where and how it actually works, and you got the block diagram on the circuit board here. So you know what, for kids learning electronics, if there is such a thing today, great kits. There's this one. I have another one somewhere, the FM radio. They have several little kits like that are very, very cool, and I gotta say that it's really, really nice. But in the background, it's a power supply that I'm actually deconstructing, because the power transistors that that regulate the power have blown up. What else do we have? F4GV says on medium wave gold on 1548 coming in good. What's the frequencies for CFH? They're not on the air anymore. CFH has been off the air for a few years now. About a year and a half ago, I heard them temporarily back with radio teletype and some weather facts, but they've been off the air for a long time now. So the Vault says RSP2 seems hardware-wise comparable to the ephedry, but having Ethernet on ephedry just kills the competition. Yeah, I love the fact that the ephedry has Ethernet. Sharing that radio everywhere on my network here inside my home is just so cool. Man, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I would recommend that radio. Anybody who wants an SDR for about $250 get the ephedry. Amazing radio, and really, really cool. Really, really cool to have it in my network. It's so much fun to tune around in any computer that I have around my home. So it's really, really nice, for sure. What else do we have here? Danny Shortwave says, I believe the second lowest cost 200 network SDR is the ephedry. The soft 66 IP is 99, but I can't recommend it because of reliability issues. Yeah, I've seen your rant on it, Danny. Have you heard about April, the giraffe? Yeah, she had her baby. I saw that. Like 1.2 million people were watching live, something like that. Wow, amazing. I'm watching the Cora Eagles. There's a couple. They are really amazing. They have babies. They hatch their eggs around this time. So now they have these little baby, birds in the nest, and it's just so much fun to watch. And I believe it's in Decorah, Wyoming. Glenn Goodell, hello there, KM4BAP. And nice shack and great program. Thank you very much. Nice to have you on board. But the ephedry is amazing. Okay, if you want to have something, I can tell you the ephedry is really cool. Eric Noble, hello there from Washington State. Nice to have you on board. Richard Kudz receiving Voice of Korea in Korean on 12015. I'll try it, but doesn't make it here usually. 12015. Absolutely nothing for me here. 12015. One station that's coming in well lately is, of course, Radio Nacional de España. Trying to tune around here. Bands are very, very quiet today. WWV, around from 15500 to 15, all I hear is WWV on 15 megahertz. 19 meter band seems to be dead. Spazoo Radio, hello there. Picked up an iSeat 7300 this week. Congratulations. Great, great, great transceiver. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. Nirudun Mazari, hello there. Nirudun Mazari, I hope I pronounce it well. Bonjour, bienvenue. Always nice to have you on board. Bobby says 12.105 has nothing. I'll try it here. 12.105. Usually WTWW in different languages. Yeah, it's in French.
Et ils se disent entre eux. Mais alors, qui peut être sauvé? Jésus les regarde et...
So it's a Jesus program in French, 12.105. It's coming in quite well here. It usually makes it very well here, most of the time. I had a DX Patrol, and I can't. It was bad. It was not well. It was not very good. It broke quite fast, and it's like and after ranting on my show about it, I think I got the guy mad, so he didn't send me another one. And it doesn't matter. I got an F-Edgery now. It's just so great compared to that. Richard Tribble's hearing Voice of Greece on 94.20. Let's check it out. 94.20. Oh, yeah. With some music. Somebody who wants to listen to some great Greek music, 94.20 is amazing for that. So, 94.20, Voice of Greece is here. Pretty cool. Colin Murray, hello there. Nice to have you on board. No problem about that being late. No problem about that. Totally normal. You can't be here all the time. Richard Atlanta, E5IQJ from Valencia, Spain, 14186 Upper Sideman. Check it out. Let's check it out. Check it out if I can hear him. Shortwave guy, if you could only choose 1x4 station to listen to, would it be WBCQ or WRMI? I would choose WRMI. I would choose WRMI for its coverage, and it's and the diversity of programming. WBCQ is not bad, but WRMI has an edge with its different relays. That's for sure. What else do we have here? Oh, really? Simon says that before the bombs fell on Iraq, during Desert Storm, 11175 went encrypted. It's pretty much all encrypted anyways, when they send out these emergency action messages with a phonetic alphabet, Rich Hill, do the current international shortwave stations send out QSL cards if you send them a signal report? A lot of them, yes. Not all of them. For example, Spain will not send you one, but if you send one to Radio Romania, you'll get a QSL. China Radio, for now, I believe, is not sending out QSLs. But I would say the majority do, but there are a few stations that don't. If you send, Radio New Zealand will send you one. If you send to Deutsche Welle, if you hear the Deutsche Welle, you'll get one. The Voice of America will send you one. Channel Africa sends some. Most of them do. Radio Kuwait, I believe, does send QSLs. And even the utility stations that you hear, like maritime stations, have QSL cards, but there's a difference here. And if you send for a QSL card to maritime stations, to all sorts of utility stations, you might have to include self-addressed stamped envelopes or return postage so that they can pay for the cost of returning a QSL. But most of them. Well, what's the difference between the ephedry SDR and the SDR Play RSP2? I don't have enough information on the SDR Play RSP2 to really answer that question. I don't know if somebody can maybe, If somebody can answer that, maybe. Does the SDR player SP2 have Ethernet? If it doesn't, basically it's probably as good. But with Ethernet, what's nice is that you can have your SDR work within your own network easily. So you can actually have any computer tuning your receiver for sure. Oh. Oh.
Your signal just not kept up very well there, White.
And there's somebody on 14186. Yep, it's great news to have Radio Kuwait returning to shortwave, for sure. For sure. So it's really nice. Thank you for subscribing, Simon. We'll have lots of shortwave information. What else do we have here? TOT, how did your outdoor antenna make out after you replaced it with the new one? Well, actually now I have my outdoor antenna for the shortwave is my sloper, my 22 meter sloper, which is an antenna donated to me by a viewer that loves what I do. And it works great. It's gone through all of winter outside with no problems. I was looking at it today. It seems to have kind of slacked a little bit. Instead of being a little like straight, it now has like a little slump. So I'll have to look at what moved exactly. But it's probably the probably on the where I put it on the, there's a pole on the fence that I put at the end. It probably moved because of, this winter we had a few ice storms and high winds with the snowstorms. Probably moved the pole a little bit. So it's now hanging a little low. I'll be checking that out in the next few days now with the weather coming back. For sure. Richard Tribble says 12105 is nothing. Yeah, Jerry. Thanks for trying. Oh, man. Richard Cook's here in Pyongyang on 6400 doing test tones. What else do we have? CRI English 7285. Let's try it out. This is from Albania transmitter site. It's not too bad. If I didn't have as much noise as I have now, it would be a listenable signal. 7285, about S9 right now. China Radio International via the Albania transmitter site. For sure. What else do we have here? Bobby says 7285 is nothing. Luis Arevalo, sorry. What is the best to listen to shortwave? Morning, midday, or night? Midday is always kind of the doldrum of the day. Listening to shortwave around noon is not the best. Usually, when you're close, a few hours before to a few hours after sunset is often kind of an optimal time for shortwave signals. But listen throughout the day, 24 hours. You'll be surprised at what you can you'll be surprised what you can hear. But definitely, late afternoon, early evening, and early mornings are probably a little better because of the gray line propagation. Also being close to the sunset, or sunrise. Gray line area also enhances a lot the shortwave propagation. Eric Noble, hello there. You mentioned high chance of being pirate radioactivity this weekend. Pick up anything like that yet? Yesterday night there was one, but it was too weak for me to listen to it here. But definitely this is, it's like Christmas and Halloween. This is one of the great big weekends for pirate activity. If you're in Europe, Listen in from 6200 to 6400 kilohertz. Here in North America, 6850 to 7000 kilohertz. AM, upper sideband. There's a few frequencies that popped up recently also in North America, like 5150. There's around 4100 kilohertz also. Some stations have been using the low bands, even the 3 megahertz bands, you know, with the low solar flux now. Joe Palou, nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Simon, does Radio Havana Cuba send QSLs out? I've been listening to them and on my drive home at night on his Yaesu FT817ND. Radio Havana Cuba does send QSL cards. It takes a lot of time. Be patient. If you send for a QSL, you will it can take at least 6 to 8 months before you'll get it back, a QSL back from your report. But they will QSL. So missed probably one of the questions. Bobby says, on the Afredri, is the AC router recommended or any router will do? A good router is essential for the Afredri to work well because of the high bit rate. You know, the amount of data being sent out is so huge. So a really good router is required. A recent, you know, I've got a TP-Link router here that is based on the Archer C7 architecture. It has gigabit ports and AC, Wi-Fi. So you know, I'm getting good results with the AC on Wi-Fi because the AC Wi-Fi connection gives me about 500 megabits per second connection. So it helps me a lot. Because on N, it would be not very good on an N router. And even better if you can just have everything cabled up on a gigabit port is even better. I can tell you that. I can tell you that on the computers that I got here that only have N Wi-Fi, it doesn't work that great. And you know, actually, it made me buy some little AC adapters to put on my computers because the N connection doesn't give me enough of bandwidth for the Afedri to work well. So really, so that's it. The SDR plays a USB-B and a female SMA antenna port. So that's it. You know, the Afedri has an edge for that because with the Ethernet jack, you really have much bigger bandwidth. So it's more interesting. Hey there, Widget Cube. Nice to have you here. Pretty cool. What else do we have? I'm trying to follow the chat slowly. So if you guys see that I'm answering a question of 10 minutes ago, kind of normal. What else do we have? What else do we have? Hey there, MDK2. Nice to have you here. Pretty cool. Santa Maria Radio 5598 USB primary and 6628 secondary for F4 GBE. Here on the East Coast, we hear New York on 5598 really well in the evening. Henk van Jeckenbeek 73 PB0AJQ. Yep, Netherlands. So Papa Bravo 0 Alpha Juliet Quebec from the Netherlands. Data Dude N or Data Dude N. What does the codes on the number stations translate to if the code is? That's anyone's guess. I can tell you that. We don't really know. PSN Pacific says, has anyone heard North Korea number station V28? News reporting it just came online. Yeah, I'm probably somebody somewhere, but we haven't had any reports. What else do we have here? Yes, they are using also the Mali transmitter site. Oh, really? They're 1 kilohertz below the proper frequency on the Mali transmitter site? But, yeah. What else do we have here? Yep, 95 watchers tonight. We're at 98 at some point. Almost touched 100 a little earlier. And it's moving up and down, so it's kind of cool. Let's try to bring this at 100. Be cool to see that 100 number there. Would really be nice. So I'm filling up my beer. As you are watching the Shortwave show, we've been on for 90 minutes already, an hour and a half. Time really does fly. And if you want to help me out, by the way, it helps me really a lot. I just will, once again, for donation, post a PayPal. Thanks for everybody that has donated already. And, of course, if you like what I do, want to help me out, it's very much welcome. Please send donations through PayPal at the Yahoo email I just posted. Or become a patron at patreon.com as radio and computers. So patreon.com/radio and computers, where you can be my little boss there and give me a little something every month. So thanks for everybody that have donated already. And so this is a show that we have every week, alternating Saturdays and Fridays. So if you remember, we were on Saturday today. That means next week, we're on Fridays. Just try to remember that schedule. Saturdays and Fridays. And always at 2000 hours Universal Time. And we talk about shortwave radio. We answer questions about shortwave radio. We tune around the bands like China Radio International on 7285 right now via Albania Transmitter site. And lots of, cool stuff. And some great people in the chat room everywhere. Really nice to have everybody on board. My name is Gilles. Location is Montreal, Quebec, Canada. As a lot of people say, you don't give your location enough. So I'm in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Northeast, North America. And hope you guys enjoy our radio show. So I'm trying to... Yes, we are. Wow, my God. This is... talk about slow times. I just got an hour and a half into the live show, a notification of, hey, Shortwave Radio guy is live. Yeah, okay. Yeah, gray line propagation is amazing. This is one of the great moments to listen to. When you are on the gray line, there's really an amazing phenomenon of propagation there, and that's often where you get the best DX of all. But, think about shortwave as, DX possible any time of day. Just try it out. Just tune around. Even if you never heard something on a frequency range, go back. Listen again. Someday you'll be surprised at something that you'll receive. MDK2 says there's already reporting pirates on the East Coast today, 6955 upper sideband. Most current report. Oh, for sure. I mean... there's, with Easter weekend, is for sure one of the great times. I'm just checking it out here. Nothing. I don't hear anything over here. But you know what? If I look at the HF Underground website, this is a great place to check out for pirates, by the way. HF Underground. There's a really nice, blog there where you can see pirates from Europe and North America. So if we look at shortwave pirates today, right now, let's check it out. 2113. That's 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. UNID pirates 6876.2 AM. So 6876. Not hearing anything. There's also at 2116, 6955 upper sideband. So there are some pirates activity right now. But not hearing anything right now. What was there? 2057. There was one on 6950. 2021. There was a 6935. So there's tons of pirates being reported by the HF Underground here for North America. So that's going to be interesting. SD1 East Nebraska says, wow, 16180 S9 plus 20 booming in. The Cuban spies have great signal into Nebraska tonight. So they're probably still going on right now. Oh yeah. Oh my God, the signal is it's really improved for the Cuban number station, 16180. It's now really, it's popping at S9 plus 10. S9 plus 10. So 16180. Really, really good signal now for the Cuban numbers. It was weaker than that about half an hour ago. Richard in Atlanta says, Helsinki, Radiophonia in Greek, 9420, which is Greece, S6. It was coming in really well here too. Hey, Paul London. Hello there. Nice to have you here. I haven't heard 5150 in a little while also, Bullfrog 89. So, but I've heard Radio Free Whatever last week on the ephedry while I was tuning around for pirates. So, really, really interesting. Get a free Cohiba with Cuban QSL. Oh, man. What else do we have? What else do we have? Juan Amigo, hello there. Nice to have you here on board. Pretty cool. What else do we have? MDK2, yeah, 6925, 6960, most primetime band frequency. Anywhere from 68 to 7,000 usually. A lot of them, 6925, 6950, 6955. These are very, very popular frequencies. But I did hear Radio Free Whatever last week. We're coming in okay. Really nice. So, hey, David in Barcelona. Nice to have you on board. For your information, this weekend we have WAPC Worked All Provinces of China contest going on. Been listening for a while today and got Chinese station on SSB. Wow. This is so cool. So cool. Really, really nice. Simon says, I miss monitoring times. The Outer Limits column was my fav. You know what? Get a subscription to the Spectrum Monitor. It is pretty much monitoring times reworked into a electronic publication. It's a PDF format magazine. Very, very amazing. I read it on my iPad. Very, very, very nice magazine. It's electronic and it's as good. It's as good as monitoring times, if not better. So you're gonna really have fun with that. So the Spectrum Monitor, really, really good. Rich Hill, did anyone ever send you the Shortwave beer? Actually, somebody mentioned in a comment in my YouTube channel that he had the Shortwave beer, and I actually posted my Gmail, and I said, hey, write me in the Gmail. I wanna arrange it so that you can send me the Shortwave beer, but I haven't had a reply back yet. So I don't know. I'd like to have that Shortwave beer. I really would love to. It'd be cool during the Shortwave show for sure. So really, really nice. Yeah, it's pretty good. Hey, David Arden, thank you very much. Well, thank you. It's always nice to to have donations, and it's nice to do this. I do this because I love Shortwave, and I want to share my passion. I want to share everything that I know. So I want to thank everybody that have sent me donations. It's so appreciated. You have no idea. So what else do we have here? TOT, Gilles, do you ever get power outages there? Do you run on AC power or have a battery bank? Myself, I just run off a 12-volt marine battery, lasts forever. Well, I've got this little block here, which is a 12.6 volt lead acid battery. It is hooked to my ICOM, and I keep it charged regularly. So if there's a power outage, this battery can power my ICOM for about 5 to 6 hours. So I have some DX time, and of course I'll be using my portable receivers. But power outages here are so rare that it's almost an event. You got no power, it's like an event. It's like Christmas for me, at least. It's like Christmas, I just always hoped there would be some, but we almost never lose power here. Really, really amazing. We have these big snowstorms, ice storms, everything, and power always stays on. So really amazing. So I'm just gonna check something. I'm wondering if I just heard what I heard. I'm gonna check it out here for a second. No, I did not. I thought I heard DX the cat, at the door, saying, "Hey, I want to get in," but it wasn't there. So what else do we have here? Robert Sheffer, nice to have you here. And what's the best frequency in the day and the night? Well, just follow the rule that technically, if you listen to above 10 megahertz in the daytime and below 15 megahertz, very broad here, in the nighttime, kind of a rule, yet not 100% rule. You'll have some stuff in the higher frequencies in the summer and the winters. Very complex question to answer in a very simple way. You gotta learn while you're tuning around. So it's really just try to remember that, in the daytime, usually above 10 megahertz will be where you listen to. And it's going to be below 15 megahertz in the night times. But don't, it's not a rule. It's not an official rule. It's more complex than that. And the best to do is listen. Listen to the bands, and it's very, very surprising what you can listen to. What else do we have here? Let me just check. Okay. Do you have that CRT monitor for sentimental reasons, or does it serve a purpose? Spartacus Mills, nice to have you here. I think it's a little bit of both, because it was my first, that was my first 17-inch PC monitor, bought in 1997 or 98, and it still works, and I just can't get myself to throw this away. And sometimes when I listen in the shack here, and I want to decode some digital modes, what I'll often do is I will hook up, my laptops I'll have, almost all have a VGA connector. So what I'll do often is plug the monitor on my laptop, and I'll have the schedules and the information I need on the laptop screen, and I have the FLDG or multi-PSK software running on that monitor. in extended display mode. So like that, I can decode there and still do something else on the PC and read stuff. So it sometimes is used for that. When I decode stuff, I just plug the VGA in the laptop. So it's kind of all of that, So kind of interesting. Saw the Passion of the Christ this weekend. Maybe there should be a Passion of Gilles. That I'm not sure that would be the Passion of Gilles. The story of a shortwave radio guy. Instead of being crucified, I've been hanged by antennas. He came back from the dead with an ICOM R8600, and he said, "Peace be with all shortwave listeners." Okay, too much beer. John Young, the RFI always stays on here due to the reliable electric power. Yeah, same thing here. Same thing here. Really. If you have the Texan PL380, make sure that you also, one of the hardest things to explain to newbies is really the noise level that you have in your home. Very surprising, the noise level you can have in your home. And one of the things that is difficult is like, when you turn on a radio and you hear the static, what is hard to understand for a lot of newbies is that static might be more intense in your home than in somebody else's home. So, I might be hearing something you're not. You're wondering why, and it's because the noise level in your home is higher. Trying out the receiver in a park far away from houses, far away from people, it will help you very often get more signals. The Texan PL380 has a great feature called the ETM, Easy Tuning Mode function. Like I always say, I thought at first ETM is, a gimmick. Then I started using it. No, it's not. It's an amazing feature. You want to tune around some shortwave broadcast. You use that easy tuning mode. I can tell you that. So really amazing. I have a bunch of old monitors. You're welcome to them. No. I'll have only one, and I don't want any other old monitors. It's the only one I have, and when it breaks down, it's gonna go away. Do you like SCTV pitch out the window? Oh yeah, SCTV, pretty good. I always enjoyed SCTV. Bobby Burgess, about FLDG. What does FL message and FL AMP have in common? They are ways to control the FLDG software. So, for example, in the VOA radiogram, when you have it set up correctly, these plugins basically are able to control your software. So when they say, "Hey, we're switching to MFSK32, we're switching to some other weird mode," they actually can control the software, and you don't have to touch anything. It switches on its own, and that's because of these plugins. The FL MSJ message is also there's different types of things that can be sent to that. So the VOA radiogram is one of the best would be the best if you set it up right. Sorry, got distracted here. What else do we have here? What else is that? Paul London says, "I've been enjoying Radio Romania International with our English broadcast at various times of day in Northwest London. Lots of China Radio International across the waves, yep, in various languages, yes. But some nice finds amongst the CRI, including a religious broadcast in Mandarin from Madagascar." Yeah, that's the broadcast on 11610, probably, if you're mentioning. It's a broadcast from that comes from KNLS using the Madagascar relay station. Richard in Atlanta, Georgia says WLO radio teletype 8471. Just try it out here if I hear it. WLO. Not making it yet here in Montreal. 8471. Yep, 8471. What else do we have? It would be cool to see the Fedri SDR software on that CRT monitor. Would be a nice mix. Yeah, well, I would not necessarily because of the refresh rate. I think the camera you would just see the refresh all the time. I'd be better on a screen, I'm thinking of, maybe removing that screen, putting a LCD monitor here that would have something to show while I'm doing live shows, for example. That could be a good idea. And oh yeah, ETM is amazing, amazing. Yes, radiogram, Mick. Voice of America has what's called the VOA radiogram, and they're on weekends only, and you can decode the different bulletins that are for the most part in MFSK32, but also they sometimes switch to different modes also. 5275 upper sideband, hearing the cousins conversing. Yeah, they are often there. 5275 seems to be a very, very popular frequency for those radio transmissions coming from northern parts of the province of Quebec. Oh, cool, Robert. Listening to the video on noise level. Yeah. And learning to put an antenna, some kind of wire antenna, to really improve reception. Putting an antenna, if you can put a piece of wire maybe outside the window or something, usually helps a lot. If you don't have too much noise in your environment, it can really help. It's very surprising sometimes. The Quick 512, hello there. Who's running the huge over the horizon radar stations interfering on the 20-meter band? A lot of them are coming from the Mediterranean Sea. So there are quite a few different locations. By the way, there was an extremely cool there's an extremely cool article in the Spectrum Monitor on the over the horizon radars, the different radars and where they are coming from. But a lot of them are coming from, that's one of the things that I see that is very, very annoying, if I would say, is the fact that a lot of these radars don't really seem to care about the frequency ranges, so they're like broadcasting everywhere. That's kind of annoying. So, but there's a lot of these radars coming from different parts of the world. Yeah, I know, David. I can change the speed for the camera and everything for the refresh and all, but I'll do something for maybe put an LCD display here, something like that. Yeah, Kodar is something we hear a lot. Kodar, one of the frequencies I hear during the day very often, around 13500. Just check. Yep, here it is. If you guys here in North America tune around 13430, and you hear the chirp, 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 chirp at specific interval, that's Kodar. And CODAR is a type of radar that measures sea ocean waves on the Atlantic Ocean. They're scattered across the eastern seaboard of the United States, around 4,600. I can hear like 4520. 4520, I can even hear the ones on that low frequency range with a chirp approximately once every second. And these are, CODAR are really, it's a type of radar to measure the ocean waves. Very, very interesting. Robert says, I did listen to radio outside and mounted a temporary wire on my roof, but it doesn't have a connection to the ground, so I need to take it down if I see that there's lightning in the weather. Yeah. Well, you don't necessarily need to take it down. You can just, leave it unplugged if there's lightning. Chances of lightning hitting your wire on the roof is rather very, very small. It's not like having a big, huge tower with an antenna at the top. I haven't heard Voice of Korea in a long time. Brett Wayne says 13430 has 3 in Western New York. So that's the CODAR frequencies. Jerry says it's chirping here. Heard they spotted icebergs on the Atlantic coast, but they're 105 years too late. Hey, Oxford Shortwave Log, nice to have you here. Cool. So, what else do we have? So you are watching the Shortwave radio show. And I've got a few questions. I've got a question that came in through the email from, hey, we have, first of all, Susan in California that says, hello. It's been a while since I've been I watched your show. Been very busy, but now, today, I'm taking it relaxed, having a glass of wine and watching you live. Hope you have a great Easter. Thank you, Susan. Nice to have you here. It's been a while since we've had the chance to say hello. Okay, we have William. William that is in Texas, and says that he has a few questions here. One of the first questions he's got is, okay, I want to set up a outdoor wire antenna. I have the choice between a tree or a telephone pole that's in the backyard. Is it dangerous to use the telephone pole? Is it better to use the tree? What's your take on this? Okay, the take on this is mostly that, first of all, remember that telephone pole it's a public utility pole. So it depends on, there are regulations around that. You got to be careful. Like here, for example, I do have a telephone pole in the back, but it's okay because there's some clothes wire, it's like people hang their clothes and it's like used for that also, so it's okay. Make sure it's not an electric pole. That's very important. If it's a telephone pole, it's okay. If it's electricity, forget it. You do not put nothing there at all. But if it's a telephone pole, you probably can use it, but I would go with the tree for the sole purpose of the tree doesn't, especially if it's on your own, lawn, use the tree. The only thing is, if you do use a tree, remember that when it's windy and it's moving, don't put that wire very, very stretched because it's going to snap. There's a tremendous force in the trees when it's windy. Make sure that you either leave it really, kind of hanging loose so that it can actually swing, Or you can, like, there's, this counterpoise thing. You can actually use a weight at the end. And when you throw the wire over a branch, for example, with a weight, as the branch moves, well, all it does is that your wire will just adapt to that movement while it's windy. So you got to give it some slack because you don't want it to snap. I used to have it here in the tree in the front here on the neighbor's yard, and I had that for quite a while with listening to shortwave through that, and I had that for maybe 2 or 3 years when I arrived here. It was really cool because I could put that maybe 20 feet, it was about 30 feet of wire on my portable receivers, and it was fun. But to not lose it, I would tie it to my balcony. And one summer there was a really big thunderstorm, and the wind was so strong that the stress just basically just snapped the wire. So it's I see it dangling in the tree every year, but I would need to throw another one there. But remember, a tree moves, so you need to to be very, very wary of that for sure. What else do we have here? Arthur Smith says, "Hey Jill, Kenwood R2000 I bought today in my local Goodwill for $60. You lucky son of a gun." I would love to have a Kenwood R2000. $60, I would have bought it immediately. After cleaning the controls and with a deoxit, repainting the top cabinet and cleaning the front panel, looks and sounds great. My first Kenwood. Cheers, Arthur Smith. Wow. And he's sent me a picture. You are a lucky bum. Oh man, I would love to have one like that for $60. I can tell you that. I would have loved that. Really would have loved that. And it looks so, so nice. Wow. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I can tell you that. Really looks nice. Really looks nice. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun with that. I can tell you. You're going to have a lot of fun with that. Richard in Atlanta, Georgia says, Voice of Turkey 9830. Let's check it out.
55 million Turkish citizens will vote
S9 plus 20 almost here in Montreal.
Proposing constitutional changes, including inviting executive powers to the president. Citizens will vote to order 1,063 solar stations nationwide. Over 1 million of them are first-time voters who recently turned 18 inmates, except for the
So 9830, Voice of Turkey, English to Europe and North America, I believe. Fastload says 9830 is good. Cool. So this is one of their transmissions for North America. They have a later one at around 0300, like on 9515, but that one doesn't really come in very well, I gotta say. And by the way, because I see something here about Jerry's talking about some t-shirts. I am in the process of getting some t-shirts where you will have DX the cat and a shortwave radio, and it will be the official shortwave radio channel on YouTube t-shirt. So I'll just need to see how much with shipping it costs to send everywhere. And if you want to help me, you'll be able to help me and get a shortwave radio t-shirt if you want. I'm also looking at mugs. So an official shortwave channel mug. Once again, probably with DX the cat's face and a shortwave radio on it, something like that. So that's coming very soon. I will let everybody know when it's there. And it's going to be a way to contribute to me, help me out. And you'll have something in return, which is going to be really cool. So Brett Wayne says, put your coax in a bottle for bad lightning. So Richard Cook heard the interval signal for Voice of Turkey, 9830 kilohertz. MDK2 says, I wouldn't recommend a telephone pole if it also has an electric line, which I'm sure it does. Yeah, it's possible. That's why I think the trees might be better. I think the tree might be better. Danny Shortwave says, I wouldn't connect to a telephone pole here in Yonkers, New York. Here they are all shared with cable, phone, fiber, and of course electrical lines. Definitely use the tree. Yeah, that's why it's kind of difficult to Here it's okay because I know the telephone pole is only telephone. The electric here, the way it's made, and it's pretty much the rule around Montreal. In the backyards we have our phone lines. This is only the telephone with fiber optic and stuff like that. But the electricity is in the street where the cars are. So here it's clearly separated what is what. But when you're not sure, and that's why I'm it's very hard to use something like a telephone pole or anything like that. For sure, never use an electricity pole. Never, never, never do that. That is just dangerous. Stephen Gibson says, you will most probably pick up lots of RF mush interference from the telephone cable if your wire antenna is near it. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Here, I know that part of the noise in the back is due to, I've seen an increase in noise when they introduced DSL internet. When they decided to do the digital subscriber line internet, I started having more noise. So it shows that they are emitting a lot of noise. So, no problem, Robert Schaefer. Brett Wayne says 9830, 10/9 in Western New York. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. The Quick 512 coffee mugs or rum mugs? Yeah, that could be also sponsored beer glasses. That could be cool. Richard Cook says Romania in English on any 760. Let's check it out if I hear it. Yeah. Radio Romania coming in. S9 a little more.
The Financial Supervisory Authority in Romania on Thursday leveled penalties against NN, the country's biggest private pensions fund, for spreading information meant to destabilize the pensions.
So you got a choice right now in English. You've got either Radio Romania 9760 or Voice of Turkey on 9830. So 2 English language stations right now. Radio Romania 9760 and Radio Voice of Turkey 9830. Hey there, Carol T. Nice to have you on board. Hey, Guy Knezel. Nice to have you here, 9830. Voice of Turkey, pretty clear here, and Staten Island in New York. Nice to have you here. MDK2 says, I second beer glasses. Not enough people do beer glasses. Okay, cool. You guys have decided what type of glass I will do. But I'll still do some coffee mugs because some people, drink only coffee. Yeah, a beer mug like a buck. Yeah. Okay, I'll check that out. F4GBE says some good DX on 40 meters according to DX Cluster. V51B Namibia on 7178 LSB. Wow. I've been hearing I don't know if there's something special going on. I've been hearing a higher number than usual of amateur radio operators from Africa in the past few. Yeah, you can still. Yeah, okay. That's. Carol says you can drink coffee in a beer mug. Yeah, that's true. You can drink coffee in a beer mug. Jerry says 9830 is S7, S8 where he is. Danny says I would buy a shot glass, wine glass, or beer mug. Okay. Well, I'm going to check that out. John Young says 9830 dead here in Montana, but 9930 is disco music. WTWW. Yeah, 9830 at this time is for the east coast of North America. For you guys on the west coast, John, it's at, I believe, 0300 that Voice of Turkey broadcasts to the west coast of North America. Let's check out. Yeah, that's true, Richard. Let's check it out. I don't know if it's coming in right now. I ain't receiving it. Let's try 1167. Well, total absence of All India Radio, unfortunately, here in North America right now. But yes, All India Radio 9445 and 11670 in English right now. So you got some choice of English broadcast. So the quick 5 toast. So do you run chokes on your equipment to help with the noise or just ignore it? Well, I will try to check that out with different, like for example with power supplies and stuff like that, to try to lower noise. But here the biggest problem is the noise comes from my neighbors and not from me. So there's nothing I can do. Here the best example, the best thing that happened, is what? Is there was a power outage that affected only my street. So the street here where I live, we didn't have power, but in the backyard, they had power in the backyard, the house is just on the other side. And I had as much noise that I have now. Just giving you an idea. No power for this street, and my noise level did not change. I had the same type of noise and as much noise. That means the noise I am getting in the back isn't coming from here. It isn't even coming from neighbors in my own street. It's coming from either the neighbors in the back, or I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if it's not the telephone, in the telephone pole and the wires in there, because it's just amazingly crazy. And it's really, really interesting when you look at that. That I didn't have. Nope, not at all. Chokes don't help with the neighbor's noise at all. Nothing at all. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, plasma TVs are really the worst. I can tell you that. Richard Tribble, 7550 for India and English, now playing music. Let's check it out. 7550. I haven't tried it. Oh man, I've got a really high noise level right now. Somebody is running something that's very noisy right now. But yes, India 7550. It is coming on 7550. About it's equal to my noise here, so it's S9 plus 10 or something like that. So what's the Holy Land? Let's just check it out here. Carol, I'm gonna go back because I saw a few things. Okay, so Carol says there's the Holy Land DX contest today. Okay, yeah, well, I would guess there would be some kind of Easter-related contest. Hey, we're at 100. We touched 100 viewers right now. 100 people watching live. That is amazing. That is amazing. 103. Woohoo! So cheers, guys. That's up to you. Nice to have 103 people watching. So India 7550 right now. Okay, East Coast North America. You guys in Europe probably have a chance. We have right now 7550. All India Radio English. Richard Cook is hearing 9445 in Europe. There's Voice of Turkey 9830 right now. And there's Radio Romania 9760 right now, as we've passed the 100 mark of people watching. Really nice. That is cool. That is cool. This show's getting popular, more and more popular all the time, and it's really, really fun. And I'm having a lot of fun also. So you're watching the Shortwave Radio Show. This is on YouTube Live. This is from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. My name is Gilles. And you know what? We talk about shortwave radio. We answer your questions. Any questions you have, there's a chat room that you can interact with great people. You can send me a question through email at officialshortwaveradio@gmail.com. It's greatly appreciated to have everybody here. Really a lot of fun. And having everybody watch. Really, really cool to see this. What else that we have? So Cuban number lady now on 17480. Let's try it out here. 17.48. Yep. Cuban numbers 17480. It's S9 plus in East Nebraska. So really, really nice. Really, really nice. Barn Wave says a lot of screaming and motivational speaking on 11860. So Cuban number 17480. This is HM01 on KCBS Pyongyang 11860. Where are you located, Barn Wave? Just out of curiosity. So he's got away from the chat. So, anyways. Okay, so we are smoking here with above 100. Brad Wayne says 9445 S5 in Western New York. Cool. What do we have? Rick 8013 loves his ICOM ICR IC71A. It is a great receiver. I can tell you that. Great receiver. Carol says there is eSkip opening HF Championship. Oh, cool. Well. So this is really nice. We're above 100, and I've seen this once in the past. But, you know, if we could kind of try to get it to always be more than 100, it's really, 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 really cool. Yes, Cesar Coelho, you don't have to ask for your R20 Edges video 100 times. You know, I'll do it when I can. It's, you know, when I have time, I'll do it. F4GBE, Radio Algérienne Chaîne 1 on 7495 via France. Let me just check it out. 7495. Is that coming in? Yeah. So 7495 is Radio Algérienne Chaîne 1. It's Algeria, but it's via France transmitter site on 7495. So, yeah, I know Stephen Gibson. Well, actually, I'm trying to get a Walbrook that will probably help me a lot in there. I'll try to check the home main. You know, there's this ham radio website that has a great magnetic loop antenna to check out and to build yourself. I'll check it out again because I've done it once, but I'm not sure I've done it right, maybe. Jerry, Antarctica on 7070 upper sideband. Upper sideband. Is that digital mode? Maybe. Yes, it is cool to be more than 100. Really, really nice. So, 100 viewers at the same time. That's pretty cool. I feel important now. Kidding. I feel just the same. It's just cool, though, to see that we are beating 100 views. You know, if everybody would interact and tell me where they are, that would be so, so cool. So, what else do we have here? Danny Shortwave says, I installed the ferret beads on all my power cords and cables. I noticed it did help a bit. Of course, here during the day, there are a few auto body shops nearby. Noise is high during business hours. Yeah. Well, you know what, Stephen Gibson? One of the things that I do notice is that when the power is out everywhere, the telephone still works here, but the noise is gone. Totally gone. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where it comes from. Richard Cook says 17480, nothing over there. Carol T has Cuban lady in Oregon. Cool. MDK2 says HM01 always torches at this time in frequency. So it's pretty cool. What else? David says nothing here either. Only S5 QRM. Oh, Estonia Championship. Okay, I misread, Carol. So, Barnwave SWL. Okay, where are you located, Barnwave? Just by chance. Know where you are while you're receiving that, basically. Okay, what else? What else do we have? Yep, above 100. That was kind of cool. It is kind of cool. Colin Murray, do you carry out your own radio repairs? You know, I used to do it somewhat, yes, but not anymore. And in the chat room, we have Fastload that is you know, unofficially, if I have something that I feel like I want to check out, I'll let that guy do it because he's like he's really good at it. And you know what, I don't know why as I get older, I don't feel like playing into my electronic stuff anymore. I'd rather have somebody do it for me, and you know, just um, know that it's been done right. Also, you know, like my Texan PL 680, when the encoder went bad, you know, he looked at it. I just like look at it, you know, and he, you know, he likes playing in that in there also. So it's pretty cool, you know. MDK2 says, I'm sorry, I haven't gotten much of North Korea radio lately. April 15 is, yeah, Kim Il-sung's birthday, I know. And national holiday, and they did that big military demonstration in North Korea. I do know that they made that big demonstration in North Korea today. But I haven't, you know, I've a lot of difficulty hearing Voice of Korea from North Korea lately. I've really, I think they don't have a lot of power in the transmitters because, you know, just maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it was booming in every day here. 11710 was making it all the time here in the east coast of North America. It's not anymore. I'm not hearing that anymore. I barely hear North Korea lately. So, I don't know. David in Barcelona says the phones in my QTH don't work in my QTH, so it's a newly built router, and they're hooked up to the router which gets fed both phone and data via fiber. So power loss is a phone loss too. Oh, okay. That's kind of sad. Yeah, okay, 7070, a lower sideband. Yeah, they don't work with power outage, yeah. Ghost of Asia, hello there. Nice to have you on board. Would a high-pass filter help me filter out talk radio 1310 AM, bleeding over onto shortwave when I use a long wire antenna on my Texan PL380? Yes, it would probably, because if you can block out if you can block out the low frequencies from getting to the antenna, that will tremendously help. You know, here we have a new station on 940 kilohertz. It uses 50,000 watts. And even on my ICOM here, I get harmonics. So, you know, 940 times 2 is 1880. I hear it there, times 2, and so on. I hear it everywhere. And yes, it would really work. So, you know. MDK2 says, look out, PewDiePie, here comes Joe to take your YouTube crown. Actually, you know, if I'd be able to be as popular as PewDiePie with a shortwave radio channel, all I can say is there better be millions and millions of shortwave radio listeners that are really listening now, because I gotta say, I still don't understand PewDiePie, so I don't know why. I don't know why that guy is so popular. It's like, you know, it gives you the idea that YouTube's average age is very low. What else do we have here? Gordon Foster, hello there, Northeast England. Nice to have you on board. Pretty cool. What else do we have here? The Quick 512 says Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis says hi. Oh man, I was listening to a band called Living Color, which is a band that I like a lot. It's kind of really hard rock. It's very very diversified. It can be hard rock music, like it can be reggae, or they do everything. And this week, while I was being on shuffle on my phone, it came across a song called Elvis is Dead, which is kind of just a funny song. It's like if you guys have a chance to listen to that, it's just I love. I first heard that band when I was playing guitar and learning guitar, because I would buy these guitar magazines, and they would have these plastic, very floppy plastic discs that or records that you'd play on your record player. And that's where I first heard Living Color for the first time in my life. And I've been a big fan since then, but it just reminds me of that. Sorry for the diverse. Lord Windermere, hello there, Eastern North Carolina here. Cool, nice to have you on board. Pretty cool. What else do we have here? Mick is in Leicester, England, burial place of King Richard III. Interesting, historical places in the world. Simon, what else do we have here? Indicator is in Denver, Colorado. Rick 8013 says QTH FM 14AB. What? North Carolina. Southeast coast of North Carolina. Huh. And Rick, it's KD4JRX. Brett Wayne, KC2NXP. Salamanca, New York. Barn Wave SWL, Philadelphia area. Great show. Thank you very much. So what else do we have? PA1SMB, hello there. Nice to have you on board. John says, I love fixing up old wooden tube sets. They're pretty simple repairs in most cases. Well, that's different, Okay, now that we're talking about repair, I would not touch a, transistorized or these modern portables, with their solid state stuff. But I gotta say, playing around in an old tube set is kind of different, and there's a lot of space usually, and it is true that they are kind of a simpler platform to play with for sure. Hey, SparkyZilla85, nice to have you here. It's been a long time since you've been live on the show. It's really nice to have you on board. Eric Noble says, I have a Texan PL660 on the way. Also have a Grundig FR200 here, but the antenna is very damaged from mishandling by my father, who handed it down to me. Really want an SDR after watching your show. I gotta say, the ephedry is amazing, and I'm still amazed at that, for sure. What else? Eric Noble says don't have space for good antenna here though. In a small apartment in an old interfering building. Yeah, I kind of feel you here. It's kind of difficult here also. I'm lucky to have a sloper, but it's very noisy and it's very difficult. Richard says, I hear North Korea daily here. Even their local transmission has been coming in 64 and 96.65. Here in North America, it's been almost impossible. You guys in Europe have a lot of, well, that's for sure. Like Vault says, Ghost of Asia, long wire might overload a PL380 easily also. But, I understand if he's got a strong medium wave station or a strong AM station, that station can also be really, MDK2 says, I usually hear Voice of Korea interval signal on 9435 at 13 Zulu, but it fades quickly after that. Sometimes I can hear something later around 1600 on 11710. But I'm sure they're not running their full transmitter power. Carol is not hearing Voice of Korea either. That was a regular one. Voice of Korea was almost an everyday listen here on 11710. They're not running the power. I think they've reduced the power a lot because of lack of money to pay for the transmitter. They have to pay for the gas to run the generators and everything, and there was a lot of across North Korea. It's really going bad, and there's a lot of power outage all the time. I think they don't have enough power to really push the transmitters to their maximum, and that's not counting maybe some of the transmitters are starting to get old and damaged. I can easily see that they probably are using like old Soviet era transmitters for shortwave. And the K2 says, my daughter loves those YouTube gamer guys. She wants to be a YouTuber when she grows up. Oh man, good luck to her. Good luck to her. YouTube is broken, all I can say. Danny says, I was going to say average IQ, but was being diplomatic about average age. Well, we could talk many hours about that. Andre Kusik, Sony CF950S, nice old radio. Yeah, these are nice. I sometimes, one of the things that I like to do when I'm on YouTube, it's like I'm on the living room, I got a smart TV here, I just, put on the YouTube app, and I start looking at old receivers on YouTube. There are some great videos, and not counting some great videos of people showing you how to repair or restore old radios. Sometimes I'll just look at that and just have fun. What are you doing on your Saturday evening? Oh, I'm just watching this guy repair a radio for 6 hours. Daniel Edward, nice to have you on board from New Jersey. Hello there and welcome to the show. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Am I missing anything here? Hey, shortwave guest, SWL guest. If Jill took off his shirt, he would be more popular. PewDiePie. I don't think it would be a good idea. Rich in Atlanta says, what else do we have? Have you checked out the loop antenna sold by W6 LVP on eBay? Has great EHAM reviews. Oh, I've not checked that. That could be interesting. SG2 is Nebraska says 7070 USB Antarctica 0. It's lower sideband actually. You said upper sideband, it was lower sideband. Is it still on? Just out of curiosity, Jerry? But no, I don't think if I take off my shirt it will make any difference. Actually, I will see the number of people watching go down, probably. Barnwave says 15245 and 13760 seem to be received at the same time. Brian Miller, hello there. Please tell me what you hear around 7080 lower sideband. My son says it sounds like a dying ice cream truck. 7080 lower sideband. And not hearing much right now. Not really hearing much right now on 7080 lower sideband, but it could be you could be hearing the JT65 stuff, probably. KC Nistat, what happened to that guy? He was quite a YouTube star, and suddenly, bum, he disappeared. At least from the YouTube I'm in. Watch some of his videos. Nothing, lots of stuff happened on YouTube. Sometimes you get hit by some stupid automatic process that takes your channel off for a week, and at some point you get so tired of that. It's like being on YouTube is like walking on eggs. Okay, you gotta try not to break any, and it's just Really, really bad. Russ117044. JT65 is a specific mode. I don't know, it does not suck at all. I think it's, depending on what you do, it has one major advantage. I mean, you're going to listen in and not even hear something, and the computer is going to say, hey, there was a station there, and that's the station. So for noise, down in the noise stuff, I'm going to tell you one thing. It's amazing. And it's very specific mode. You know, if you don't want to talk, you just want to exchange contacts, it's great. It all depends what you want to do. It all depends what you want to do. Can tell you that. But it's probably JT65 that you're hearing for sure. So, hey, Wizkid Eddie, hello there. Nice to have you on board. Really nice to have you on board. Nice to have you on board. Richard Tribble, VA2RHT is ham call. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. What else do we have here? Hey, welcome back, Bobby. Nice to have everybody here. What else do we have here? You know, when you got really enough of somebody, you just kick him out of the chat room and say, Arrivederci. Arrivederci. Go annoy somebody else in the chat. Anyways, what else do we have? Are you still on, Jerry? Okay. We'll try it, but you know, I never hear these things here. I have so much noise right now that I'm just going crazy. So, I got S9 noise on 7070. It's impossible here. Yeah, correct frequency of JT65, like MDK2 says, 7076. In the 20 meter band, 14076. It's JT65. JT65, you can decode with multi-PSK. One of the things that you need that's very important is that your computer's clock be extremely precise. Hey, PA1SBM, Alex, hello there. Nice to have you here. Michael Bott, giving voice to everybody. Welcome. Hello. Nice to have you on board. What else do we have? Dying ice cream truck. I like the dying ice cream truck. Something new about UVB 76. The only thing that's new about that is I've received the buzzer this week on my Fedri SDR on 4625 upper sideband. Always nice to hear that. Richard says Mali seems to have strong carrier. You know, Mali on 5995 is actually always coming in here. If I check it out right now, it's rather weak right now, but I can tell you guys, I hear Mali 5995 all the time, but it's always a carrier with no voice. Always a carrier with no voice. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, it is an amazing, JT65 is an amazing mode. It's really an amazing mode. 03 Jaco says, I just got technician license today. Congratulations. Congratulations. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. What else do we have? Trying to check out if I'm missing anything. Oh God, multi-PSK, what a sucky interface. Oh, for that, Carol, you're all absolutely right. It's one of the worst interface, but you got to give it one thing. It does the code so many things, and it's pretty good at what it needs to do. But man, that interface is really bad. It really needs to be changed somehow. Really needs to be changed, for sure. Yeah, that's the bad thing though. I use JT65HF, which is a different piece of software, which decodes all the JT65 signals it hears at one time. It is true that multi-PSK is a one message at a time. That's the bad part also of multi-PSK. Shuichiro Matsuda, what antenna do you use every time contests come around? I can hear many American stations with poor antenna in Japan. Well, you know, I just listened, so I've got a sloper antenna, 22 meter long sloper antenna, east-west. But it depends on, you know. Fastload says, wow, I fiddled with my DX440 the other day because it was deaf. Just for shit and giggle, it's back to life now. You know, don't you hate it? You know, when you get this receiver or this electronic thingy that, you know, doesn't work for a while, then you turn it on and it works great. But you know, if you turn it off, it's probably going to be dead again after you turn it on, and you kind of almost don't want to turn it off because of that. PA1SBM, I am using a 22 meter long sloper, so it's technically a wire antenna in the backyard east-west direction right now, which is with a 9-to-1 Unun. It's a donation of a viewer. It works nice, but now I'm getting more and more noise all the time. Danny Shortwave says, Gilles, you have local AM signal for highway advisory. Here in Yonkers, New York, I pick up on 5:30 AM local interstate highway advisory radio. My new discount antenna now picks up that station. Not a lot of that's happening here, honestly. Really, really not a lot of things. I know that they did a few things, like for example in the there's a tunnel here that the La Fontaine tunnel, where they have actually put some transmitters inside for some specific frequencies on the AM band, but I haven't heard a lot of things like that, honestly, around here. It seems to be much more popular in the United States. Whiskey Daddy, WRTH World Radio TV Handbook, also downloadable as an ebook file. Nope, it is a hard copy book, but it has downloadable updates to the schedules from time to time. But the book itself is a book that you have to. Don't jinx it. It's a book that you got to that's on hard paper. It's not an ebook. I would have liked personally that the World Radio TV Handbook become an ebook eventually, but they're still publishing it as a hard copy book. I'll try not to jinx it, Fastload. Southern Illinois San, hello there, welcome aboard. What else do we have? Just discovered that my long wire is way noisier than my 102 inch. I'll have to check that balance. It may not like the winter. Yeah, but it's totally normal that your long wire is noisier than 102 inch, because especially in the low bands, your 102 inch does not pick up half of the signals that the long wire does. For sure. Lord Windermere says, I have DX440 and sometimes I have to remove all the batteries and to reset the radio. Been that way since I got the thing in 1991. Oh, okay. Hey Max, nice to have you here. RD7K from Kerch, Crimea region of Russia. Nice to have you here. Welcome aboard, Max. Really, really cool. Southern Illinois says, Julie, you live way up north. When you get the aurora borealis, do you get better shortwave reception? No, it's the other way around. Usually when aurora borealis are visible here, shortwave is almost dead because absorption is usually the more. When you have aurora borealis, it means that there's so much energy going around with the geomagnetic field of Earth that it actually increases absorption of the frequency ranges. So every time I've had aurora borealis, I've had almost inexistent reception usually. So Casey Red Dragon, hello there, nice to have you on board. Free Saxon, hello there, nice to have you on board. Yeah, World Radio TV Handbook, but the book itself is in a is in a hard copy paper. So Sparkyzilla's testing out temporary antenna setup, listening to the Loonies on 7200. It's the Loonies on 7200 are really loonies, I can tell you that. Let's put this a little up so you guys don't see my belly. What else? Long time since I was here. Too long. Work to the best of me. 16 plus hours a week for over half a year. Work too much, man. You're gonna burn yourself out. Be careful with that. When there's too much work, gotta be careful. Can tell you that. Yeah, 7200 is that Looney Tunes. Completely Looney Tunes. Frequency, for sure. So what else do we have? We're at 2246. Anything special? Let's try Pirates just to see if Pirates might be around for North America. Not hearing any pirate stations for now. K3DY. Nice to have everybody here. What else do we have here? Texan S2000, any good? Yeah, it's the same as the Grundig S. What's the Grundig? The Grundig 750, something like that. It's okay, but it seems that what I've seen, it overloads quite easily. It's not the best that you can have. It's okay, but not super great either. But it isn't that bad actually. It still works well for a portable receiver. But it's just that it overloads easily apparently. PA1 SBM. I have a 5.5 meter SCB antenna. Took out the coil. And let's just got a coil, put a 901 in the base, and had it 2 meters aluminum at the top. And this is my go-to antenna for field days. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, 7200. It's like 14313. It's really the insane. Yeah, it is really an insane oscillum for It's like the nut jobs are there. 7200 lower sideband is like 14313 upper sideband on the 20 meter band. NSR Rat, hello there, nice, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. 73. Is there any nut jobs right now? 7200 lower. Something in the background here, but nothing much right now. I can tell you that. Jerry's getting perfect copy of PSK31 on 7070 upper sideband. So let's check it out. Yeah, there's lots of PSK31. I hear them really well. 7070, probably even 14070 usually does. So 7070. Some really strong PSK here. I'd have to set up a PC to do this, but very strong PSK31. So I can tell you that. Paul is outside right now. He's been there at the beginning of the show. That's satellite 750, my main rig. Mine seems to do fine with overload, but I usually have my loop antenna plugged in, so it does overload on the lower HF bands. Okay, interesting. Interesting. DJ K Solo, hello there. Greetings from the Big Apple. Nice to have you here. World Radio TV Handbook 2017 station guide and frequency guide available for download. Yeah. Usually, well, it doesn't matter. You know, the Satellite 750 and the Texan S2000 are the same exact thing. Whether you have the Texan one or the Satellite 750, you got the same radio. There's no difference at all. There's no difference at all. So, Stephen Gibson says, I discovered that my own main magnetic loop antennas greatly reduce local noise compared to my long wires. All magnetic loops generally do that, really reduce a lot. So I need to get to set one up here. I think it would be very, very interesting to set one up here. 03 Jacob says, is the ICOM 751 a good starter? I have the MFJ993 tuner and double G5 RV dipole. I think pretty much all ICOM receivers are pretty good. Pretty much all ICOM are pretty good. Richard's got good decode of PSK on 7070. Alright, there's that difference, MDK2. I always thought that the satellite 750 is the same. So the S2000 has some kind of IF output. Huh, that's interesting. So they have a slight difference. Okay. Huh. Okay. What else do we have here? Trudeau, hello there. Hey there, should be pirates on. It's the Easter weekend. Is propagation down? No, it's not that it's down, but it's a little early here. But you know what? We should have pirates pretty much all night tonight. So, you know, in North America, keep tuning around 7,000, way down to 7, you know, like 60, 6850, 6800. You never know. You know, if I'm looking right now, let's just look at the HF Underground website. Some more. HF Underground. In the HF Underground page, if we look to Shortwave Pirates, 2226, there's a ID of an unID'd station. So 2226 was half an hour ago. So 6940 AM, there's a station. 6955 at 2115. So now what seems to be a station on right now is, and this one's heard in South Carolina. So South Carolina, Maryland. So you guys in the East Coast, a little bit south, 6940 AM is a pirate apparently right now. Here, I'm not hearing a peep, but you guys in the East Coast, check it out, 6940 AM, unID'd pirate right now. S5 to S7 in Virginia. So check it out, guys. If you are in that area, you might actually have some pirate activity on the East Coast. Okay, Jerry, thanks. What else do we have here? Solly/Shell, why are you not watching the SDR? The way you can see the pirates and asking questions on the internet. Because I am at in my office, and here is not practical for the SDR. So I rather do this when I'm in the living room with the TV. What else do we have here? What else do we have here? Antoine, time for tests. Dennis Gell, hear me on 7194. Okay, let's go to 7194 and see if we can hear Antoine. We'll check it out. See if we can hear him on the shortwave band. 7194 lower sideband. So when you're ready, man, just transmit. Hey Mike Bot, nice to have you here. Had a Wellbrook NA 1530 LP delivered today. We'll be comparing it to my Pixel RF Pro 1B early next week, weather permitting. Cool! I want to see those videos. I want to see what you think. What else do we have? Lord Windermere says Pirate is S9 here, but audio is terrible. Brett Wayne says 6940 is S0, but I can hear it in Western New York. So you guys on the East Coast can hear it. That's cool. DKA, a few more, and we have a choir. Yeah, a few more voices. Yep. You are watching the Shortwave Radio Show live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Now we'll, of course, I know you guys a little bit more last time that I'll post this today. If you want to help me out, please think about a PayPal donation. Helps me a lot, and you have no idea. And if you want to help me out getting a Wellbrook, well, that's a great way. So there's a PayPal donation they can do. Also, patreon.com is you can become my boss basically, and help me continue with the live shows. Thanks for everybody who have donated already, and if you haven't donated anything, please. Mike Locke says 2256 because this is the UTC time. This is universal time. We do not have local time in shortwave and amateur radio. We have universal time. So that's very important to understand. So this is universal time. It's the only time that's important for radio, shortwave, and amateur radio listeners. That's all. That's, we understand each other thanks to this. If we had to get different stations with different, if all the stations around the world would use their local time, we'd be totally lost as to when we have to listen to this station or that station. By having UTC, it's easy, as long as you know what UTC is against your local time. I don't know if that was you, K3DY, Antoine, but I heard something on 7194, but it's in the noise for me. But I heard something. But my noise floor is very high there, I've got like my noise is S9 here. Makes it very, very difficult to listen to anything. I can tell you that. Richard says, very weak 6940 via University of 20 SDR. Hey, Rob Wagner, nice to have you here. Happy Easter to you also. Very, very nice to have everybody here. Really, really nice. So, what else do we have here? Anything else? Gordon Foster, yep, local time. What else do we have? What else do we have here? Yeah, in the winters, in the summer, sorry, it's 1 hour ahead of UTC usually. Fastload says nothing on 7194. I heard something. I heard someone call, but too much noise. So really amazing to have all of you here. So what else do we have here? Well, that's cool, Michael Bott. Will be interesting to see your results of the Walbrook. Very, very interesting indeed. So we're getting at 2300 hours Universal Time, and we are, of course, my name is Gilles from Montreal, Canada, and we are, of course, with the Shortwave Radio Show on YouTube Live, and it's really nice to have everybody here. We've touched 100, and I think it was 104 or 5 that we had at maximum. We're pretty much sustained 90 plus since quite early in the show. Nice to see everybody, watching the show, enjoying on this Easter Saturday evening here. So, of course, we're talking about shortwave radio, having a lot of fun. And we've been on for 3 hours. We'll go on for a little more, but not too much. I'm going to run out of battery eventually, but we'll check it out. So anybody's listening to anything special, let's check it out here. There's China Radio International on 7210 in Spanish. Anything else that we're hearing? Trying to check out the signals here. Not much. Let's check out 49 meter band. 49 meter band. There's China Radio in English on 5990 from Cuba, but very low modulation. I hear CFRX Toronto 6070 a little bit. Caribbean Beacon on 6090 from Anguilla. With distorted audio, their transmitters have been going bad. WWCR 6115.
Firstborn of the resurrection, that there is a way beyond this world.
China Radio International via Albania coming in quite well on 6175.
Sobre lazos bilaterales, la situación en Siria y la península de Corea. Sobre la situación en Siria, Wang dijo.
Okay, Brett Wayne, I will tune. So 3955. Okay, let's go on 3.955. And here we are, waiting for your call, KC2 and XP. Check it out. Let's see if we can hear our friend from I'm hearing you weak in the noise, but I did hear you really, I could hear your call very distinctly, KC2 and XP. But it's buried in the noise right now. Probably in an hour or two from now, it's going to be much better. Much better. Billy Cullen, hello there. Fluorescent lights are one cause of noise and loads of other household electrical equipment. And happy Easter from Ireland. We got a K3 station calling you, Brett. I could hear the K3 station better. Yeah, I'm hearing him. I'm hearing Brett right now. Hey, West Kid Eddie, that's because you're not tuning the right frequencies, because I can tell you one thing, The University of 20 SDR is one of the best out there. It's an amazing receiver. 03 Jaco, thank you very much for the donation. Much appreciated. So I'm hearing our friend Brett Wayne having a contact on 80 meter band. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. More and more noise. Here it's become almost impossible to DX really. The only fun I'm having now at my location is really just, going on the expeditions basically. I can tell you that. So it's, it's really, really sad. I can tell you that. I really can tell you that. What else do we have? Okay, so people are making contacts. That's pretty cool. I have a QSL from Club do Paro from 1971. Oh, that's nice. Because I'm an old guy. I remember getting a QSL from a Brazilian. I don't remember which one it was. But I think it's Nacional Amazonas. And it came by registered mail. I always found it weird that I had to sign to get I had to sign to get a QSL. Sergeant Innocent says, Gilles, do you ever listen to the LibertyNet W1 WCR 3950? And often goes into early Sunday mornings. Yeah, I've very often heard the LibertyNet on 3950. There's that one, the 3950. What's the other one on 3913? The what's it called? On 3913, it's the I forgot the name of that net. I used to like, I used to like listening to amateur radio nets, and I would go. It's sad that we don't have an accurate list of AM nets, because I really enjoyed a lot these listening and tuning around different nets for sure. So, no, nothing right now, but apparently near you, Bobby, there's a pirate in AM mode on 6940 right now that you might be able to hear. I don't hear it here, but a few of you in the East Coast are hearing it right now. 6940 kilohertz pirate right now. So, you can check it out. Maybe it's an AM mode pirate, so we're going to work well. I'm going to just tune around a little more and see if I can hear a pirate. Really not hearing anything right now, but I can tell you one thing is the guys listen tonight. Yeah, 6940, Bobby. There's one right now. And it's an un-ID'd pirate right now. So that could be an interesting one to check out. What else do we have here? Simon says he checks into the Maritime mobile net on 20 meters, 14300. It's on every day, most of the days. Yeah, I've heard that one regularly, 14300, Maritime Mobile Net. There's a lot of activity also when there's hurricanes. Often lots of activity. Bobby doesn't hear 6940. No problem, Brett. It was nice to, I did hear you in the noise. And I did hear that contact, that K3 station that wanted to contact you. It's kind of cool. It probably would be better, it's like in an hour and a half when it's a little darker, probably you'd have probably a much bigger signal here. But nice. It's nice to have amateur radio stations doing a little test here and seeing if I can receive them. That's really, really nice. Really, really nice. And I'll do how often I have these live feeds every week. WJCO, 03JCO, sorry. It alternates on Fridays and Saturdays. So this week is Saturday. It means the next one is Friday, 2000 hours UTC. Then it's Saturday, 2000 hours UTC, and so on. Friday, Saturday, all the time. So like that, we have one every week. And it gives me the possibility to have one of my Saturdays to do other things with friends and family. So every week we're here. And thank you for donation, by the way. Jayco's really, really appreciated. Thank you for everybody that have donated today. Very, very appreciated. I mean, helps me a lot in these times of very, very bad YouTube monetization. And, I want to try to continue this for sure. So, Southern Illinois, and I've put the links in the chat room. I'll put them again if you want. One last time. I don't want to annoy. I feel like I feel like I'm annoying everyone with this, but last time I'll put it here in the chat. This is the Yahoo email where you can donate via PayPal. And if you want to be a patron, you can do it at patreon.com/radioandcomputers. This is where you can become my boss. And so this is the last time I'm posting this today. For sure. Mighty KBC will be here. Mighty KBC will be here tonight, yes, on 9925. It's their new frequency. 9925. Yep, 5850, Bobby, is WRMI. And I'm not sure, but... No, it's a different programming, but it's WRMI on 5850 for sure. So I often try to listen there sometimes. Thank you, Jeff, KD5QDO. It was really nice to... Mick says, night all, we'll tune again next Friday. Take care. It was nice to have you here. Rob says, I'd like you to have Radio Verdad operating in these times, activating Guatemala. Yep. Radio Verdad is really cool. It's barely making it here, but it's really, really cool. Really cool. Oh, it's super fun, Jerry, to be playing with PSK. The other day I started playing around with digital modes, and man, it's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. And it's funny because Michael Bott and SG1 East Nebraska are talking about, Michael Bott's mentioning that American Electric Power has to address a situation with their 345 kilovolt transmission lines. And I had a story about 20 years ago with here our local power company, Hydro-Quebec, where there was noise on the street when it was rainy. Every time it was raining, there was noise, and when it was dry, there was no noise. And I could hear harking, or the sound of electric harking in the power pole in front of the house. And I was extremely surprised to see that when I called to complain, that they actually took me quite seriously. And there is a team that actually called me and said, hey, we're in your area now. Do you have the noise? And I said, no, I don't have the noise right now. And they had to contact me like 4 or 5 times. And then the 5th time, said, yep, noise is here now. It's time to check it out. And they sent a crew out that actually changed the glass isolators because it was leaking and it was actually creating noise. And I was surprised that they'd listen to somebody like me with noise, because I'm just a shortwave listener. I was very, very surprised. Quick 512, have you decoded L. Schreiber? Yes, I did. Once. And it's kind of cool. It's really kind of cool. I can tell you that. It's really kind of cool. But I only heard that once, and I heard the station calling CQ, and that's it. So, what else do we have here? Let's check it out. Radio Vanny Cuba Strong on 5040. Let's check it out. 5040 is one of those. It's weak here right now, but in an hour's time, an hour and a half, it's going to be really strong. Radio Rebelde also on 5025, which is also Cuba. So with some music, 5025 Radio Rebelde, 5040 is Radio Havana Cuba. These are in the tropical frequencies. Theo T says, Joe, what's up, bud? Drank 4 Coronas and buzzing around. See the best. If win 50 million on Lotto, give you 5 million promise. Hey, no problem there. You don't have to give me millions. I can just, buy me a Wellbrook and some kind of new receiver. So, yep, Mighty KBC is on 9925 tonight. Oh, it was May 7th? I thought it was earlier than that. Let me check, okay? You're giving me a doubt here. But I thought it was already there. Let me just check it out here. Okay, Mighty KBC schedule for tonight. And we'll check it out. Make sure that it's there. Okay, so Mighty KBC. Okay, program schedules. Okay, so Mighty KBC. Mighty KBC. Let me check it out here. Okay, that is news from what? 11th of April here. 9400 kilohertz. Saturday afternoon in Europe. So maybe they are still on. What's the frequency? 6145. Let's just check it out here. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, this is. Oh yeah, it's May 7th. Okay, you're right. Thanks for correcting me. So they're still on 6145, right? Right now. So Mighty KBC tonight will be on 6145. On May 7th, they are moving to 9925. Okay, that's good. That's good. Stick a post-it note on my monitor to post your links. So yeah, 6145 tonight. It's May 7th. Thanks for correcting me, Mike. I thought it was already in effect. So yes, I will put a donate link on the main page. I can tell you. So Brett Wayne says, I had a broken insulator by my house. It was bad, but they fixed it for me. So maybe, remember one thing. One thing for sure is that, I think they do it because there's also some loss. If there's some loss with the arcing there, well, by fixing it is they also help themselves. They help you and they help themselves also. There's less of loss in their electric currents. Take care, Billy Cullen. It was nice to have you on board, and thank you for being here. Oh, and Diane's now using his phone. Steven Gibson, is that a ETU or speaker control on top on your radio? If you're talking about this is a DSP-40, which is a old Radio Shack DSP or digital signal processor. It's not much of a digital signal processor, more like an audio filter. I'd call it more like an audio filter, but it works really, really well for several little reasons, and also it has, you know, a nice audio amplifier to drive the speaker here. But this is the DSP-40 digital signal processor. It has a great notch, auto notch filter that's just amazing, and it has, you know, some nice filters, narrow, medium, and wide, and that's for, you know, noise reductions, single sideband, CW. It's really, really cool. Just love it. So why am I starting this live stream so early? Because I want to have basically as many European listeners as North American if possible. It's kind of the best way to reach everybody. You know, if I do this if I start at this time, you know, everybody in Europe is already pretty late. So by doing it at 2000 UT, it gives the time for European listeners and here. Hey, John McClure, nice to have you on board. Take care, Fastload. Have a nice evening and good movie watching. And really nice to have everybody here. No, that's quite all right, Stephen Gibson. And anybody sees something here wondering what it could be, let me know. It's a pleasure. I'm here to answer every questions. That is for sure. What else do we have here? Yep, part of my Saturday night routine. If conditions stay where they are, should be able to listen directly to 6145 program instead of streaming. Yeah, I would guess 0 to 0200 6145 tonight. (6145) tonight. So if you want to listen to Mighty KBC. Lots of interesting music and good programming. It's fun to have them around. I'll be listening to them while I'm cooking probably some pork chops or something like that. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Where's the beer? It's almost empty. I have this of left. That's all. No more. How about one of those? So I'm just almost out of beer now. Kind of interesting to see here. What else do we have here? If I look around, we'll keep the questions. I got some more questions, but we're getting a little late. So, okay, here. Okay, so hey guys, we've been on for 3 hours and 25, almost 25 minutes. So yeah, you know, I'll probably be tuning around with my portable receiver in the back, or maybe the ephedrine through one of my laptops in the kitchen while I'm cooking the pork chops. So, you know what? I'm gonna say goodbye and good night to everybody. We've been on for 3 hours, 23 minutes. Hope you enjoyed the show. We will be live, doing live shows. Of course, Tuesday I have my Windows Tech Show where I answer your questions. 3 p.m. 1900 hours UTC on the Windows channel. Windows Insider Hour. 6 p.m. Eastern, 2200 hours UTC on the Windows Insider channel. From the couch with my nephew at 1900 hours UTC, 4 p.m. I'm lost here. 4 p.m. Eastern, 2000 hours UTC, sorry. On the Windows channel, I've got the Retro Gaming with my nephew once again. Last week was Atari 2600. This coming week is Super Nintendo. That's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 2330 on the Old Computer Museum. Museum is spelled M-U-Z-M. And the next radio show, Friday at 2000 UTC, We will be here talking about radio next Friday. Hope you enjoy. Ralph, Philly Senior, hello there, welcome. I own a Grenic D350 SL. It doesn't have single sideband. Do you make some sort of adapter to get SSB? Do they make some? There exists some kind of yes adapter that you can kind of make SSB, but this receiver is so unstable that it would not be practical. I think you're better off with a real good receiver that does get SSB. And yes, here in Montreal, it's the big NHL fever right now because the Montreal Canadiens. I think it's a 1-1, so 1 game lost, 1 game won. And of course, this is like it's hockey in Montreal is like a religion with the Canadian hockey team. So I can tell you that it's really that's all we talking about right now. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you all. It's nice to have you on board. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. And it was really nice to have everybody on board. Hope you guys have a lot of fun. It was nice to see the live counter go up to about 105 at some point. Really nice. Pretty much a sustained audience of 80, 90 plus, pretty much all of the show. It was really nice. Happy Easter. Have great fun with your radios. See you Friday, 2000 hours Universal Time. Take care. And it's really fun to have all of you. You guys are great. And thanks for your support for all of those that donated. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care all. And see you Friday. Bye.